Alright, stream is rolling. Time to get it scrolling, make sure that it is live. Time to start the parlay party today. Nope, still not up. Come on. We should be there right about now. Nope. Okay, what about now? There it is. Better. Before I mute myself, turn the quality to shit. Set the chat. Alright. Persistent Universe, try to do this. What was it called again? What's this event called? Supply or is it Supply or Die, or is it something else? I think it's Supply or Die. Let's try Supply or Die again, and hopefully I can figure out what I actually need to do. I made sure to rent a prospector beforehand just to make sure, but I may have been stupid in doing that and wasted 300,000 credits just to get that for 7 days. We'll see, we'll see. Corporate eager to aid Imperator Addison's Second Life initiative. Record number of mercenary contracts completed. Izzy denies wrongdoing in Pyro. Hot Dog Championship Foundation Festival welcomes. Forgot about that. Alright, let's see. Go through the missions. Alright, wearing that fancy new armor. Love it. Let's see here. Contracts. Microtech is where I'm going. Collect copper from the mining facility. 18. Oh, okay. So I was just stupid. I was just I was just plain old stupid. I actually needed to go to a specific place to get the first stuff. I was just being a complete idiot. Now realizing, oh, hey, you're actually supposed to go to this one place. You can't go anywhere else because everyone else had it sold out. Alright, well, lesson has been learned. Not really, but lesson has been somewhat learned. And I need to be able to read. Apparently I'm illiterate. Happy Sunday, fun day, folks. Hey, Halo, how you doing? What's up? How's it going? I think you're the first one here. But yeah, happy Sunday to you. How are you doing? How's your day going so far? Also, by the way, loved the stream. Sorry I didn't really talk much. I like to... I don't really talk much when I'm watching other people's streams. I try to stay as silent as possible. I mostly like listening and watching on the side. But hey, how are you doing? How's your day going so far? Also, are you enjoying the new cargo hauling event? Street attack here. I recall, I'm pretty sure I lost a wing from slamming into the side. I may have to repair my ship for that. But hey, how are you doing? How's it going so far? Let's see. Have all the batteries. Okay. You know, work is slow, so that's nice, and thank you. It's alright, no worries. I just feel bad, because mostly a part of being in a stream is interacting, but I'm always scared of interacting with people on stream, so I'll try to be a little more proactive next time I drop by on your stream, but I did enjoy watching it. Also, I loved your Hercules. Really, it's probably really useful for this event right now. I still only have the TAC because I haven't really upgraded. I should upgrade to a Hercules just to do this event, and until they actually allow the Star Runner to come back available. But I'm stuck with the TAC for now until I do that. The 10% of the time it works, sure. Yeah, I've been hearing about it. I've been hearing about the cargo elevator issue that's been going on lately, a lot of networking issues. I'm honestly hoping that this year, right, since the CIG just want to focus on playability, I'm hoping it's just a practice run and them working on playability. And I hope that they get back to just going to, working on features to resolve a lot of issues, because there is supposed to be a lot of other things that they're planning on making for the game that would help with a lot of issues, like the resource gathering stuff that we're currently doing. They are supposed to have other stations scattered all about too, but since they're focusing on playability, it's just reducing the chances they have of doing that. So I'm hoping that this year is just a one-time test to see how things go and try to make things playable. I miss the old CIG. I'm like I'm an ex that's just like crying and sad because CIG just isn't the same person anymore. Oh shit. Yeah, definitely need to repair that. That is a big damage on the nose here. Someone could just straight up shoot me if they wanted to. Where is 3.7k? Wow, that is cheap compared to actually renting a ship for like 7 days. That's probably gonna have to change. Let's go here. Funny enough, the large cargo hauls for low levels don't give above 180 SU. Really? You know, that's primarily what they are for? That's quite a shock. Let's set it to you. Or set to you. Where the hell is this taking me? Yeah, that's not where I'm going. Let's go and set this. We're going to Microtech. There you are. Alright, the line has been set, so I should be able to warp there. Yep, awesome. So I've been using the raft for the event. I really hope they smooth this out so everyone can get the account items. Yeah, I hope so too. I really would like to have that Volt pistol. I'm sure someone already has it already, but that shit's nice. I don't know how it shoots though. I'm a little curious to see how it shoots. But getting the Volt pistol, especially the armor. I would really like to have the armor just to have something that looks good for medical gameplay. In case I ever feel like, oh, I just want to be a medic today. But hopefully, yeah, hopefully they get this fixed. Usually they're good at fixing events whenever they put them out, because over previous times back when they weren't focusing on playability, they were able to get the events somewhat relatively fixed before the event ends. So we're just hoping they could still do that. Let's go collect the shipment here. I got confused 2 days, or what was it, 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago, just trying to do this event. I thought for the first mission I was actually supposed to collect all the stuff at random other stations. So I was just jumping to places like an idiot, not actually reading the mission's details, instead of going to the one place I needed to go to pick up the materials. So I was a little bit stupid when I did this not too long ago. But now I'm understanding it better. Now I'm actually reading today, so now I could see where I'm supposed to go. I just hope that nothing glitches out today, but we will see. This is Star Citizen after all. We will see. Let's see. You know, it's very funny, right? They got the whole initiative going on, the resource drive initiative. But the biggest ships for this kind of stuff is the, what's it called? It's not the Crusader. What was the line? It was the MISC line of hull A's and C's. Yeah, you can't even start doing the missions until you can't start doing the missions until you've done this with another vehicle. So I'm sure a lot of people had a hard time actually starting in their hardcore haulers with the whole series of ships. But yeah, that must have been difficult for them. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Very fair for the red outfit. I'm going to try my best to do the event as much as possible. I am pulling the band-aid off and doing Hurston first, so it should be better after. Oh, interesting. So Hurston is supposed... Oh wait, no, I'm sure it's more difficult because the whole lagging situation due to how crowded Hurston is with assets. Oh boy, here we go. Probably gonna break the cargo elevators because there's a lot of people here. Let's at least park. God, everyone's using the raft today. Holy shit. Maybe I should borrow one. No, can I rent a raft, or is it only a purchase option? I need to find out. Everyone's using it, probably for good reason, because like you said, the large cargo haulers can't really carry that much. Let's see, I got my landing gear down, right? Yep, I'm just ramming into the cargo bay. Okay. There we go. Everyone wants the black and gold armor, and that is exactly the case. I had a feeling. I'm not too interested in the black and gold armor since they just gave this armor set to concierge members recently. So I'm more looking for the Microtech set, because that one to me feels like speaks, oh, I'm a medical person. I'm covered in white and have a little green film to protect my face. Hopefully Microtech is going to be a little bit easier, but everyone loves to be on Microtech, so I highly doubt it. Let's see. I think it was over here. Oh, I should have taken out the max. Right. If I had just paid for the subscription for a month, I could have used the max and make this a hell of a lot easier. But that was a mistake. Let's see. Where is the little purchase station? I believe it is not. No, it might be that one. Riari. Wish there was a thing that said which is where. Renting a raft is 70,000 AUEC. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't spend over 1K in the game. I was just a little. No, that's. I'm sorry for the. I'm sorry for the gloat there. The black and yellow armor, black and gold armor is really nice. I'm glad they're actually adding stuff like that, because there's not a lot of that armor set unless you're a concierge member. Oh boy. They are out of copper, they're out of cobalt, they're out of aluminum. Please tell me that I just have to actually not buy it and it's already in the station itself. Let me check. This is the first mission. Maybe I'm just being stupid again. Yeah, I definitely I definitely invested way too much into Star Citizen. But I'm glad I could proudly say I held the line a long time ago when they made that little hoorah for everyone who just keeps supporting the game. I'm just really glad that they gave us this armor, because when you're a concierge member, when you spend $1,000, they, for the longest time, as Star Citizen's been up and alive, the concierge members didn't get anything at all, like anything new. It's just the concierge tier levels. So this is the first time they've ever given something to the concierge members for free. So I'm just happy that I was able to get it. Not happy that I had to spend $1,000 just to get a single piece of digital armor, but it's neither here or there. You go to the cargo elevator, get the car. Yeah, you were right. You were right. Let's move these up here. All right, please. Oh boy. Fantastic. Let's see. Let's raise the elevator just for fun. No, can't do that. Okay. Alright, looks like we're stumbling upon the first issue. I don't think we're going to be able to beat this today. I think it's going to be a terrible situation just like yesterday. Oh, see, look at that. Someone's already got all the armor and shit. Look at that. They're already doing it. Bastard. God, that's the armor that I want too. It looks so good. Oh, it even comes with a backpack too? That's fucking nice. That is really nice. Hello. I'm just admiring your cool ass setup, sorry. But yeah, the elevators are broken here, my friend. The backpack looks really cool. I definitely need that backpack for this armor set, so I'm gonna have to do Hurston stuff. Okay, so that's broken. Yeah, this whole this whole thing is broken. Oh boy. I don't think I'll even be able to start today. This is a little disappointing. So that elevator is broken due to an issue with it saying, oh, it's currently down, but in reality, the cargo elevator is currently up. So that's some kind of networking issue. Let's see, can I... No, let me just try doing this again. Move. Then move it up. No. Yeah, that's broken. So your options when this happens is A, to look around the elevators for cargo, or look around the elevators for cargo on roofs or bodies, and if there isn't anything blocking the elevator, server hop time. I really don't want to do that. I don't even know how to server hop for Star Citizen, because whenever I try to do it, I log out, you know, quit the game and all that. Usually it places me back right onto the same server that I was on last time, so I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. I really wish I could log out of this fucking ship. That way it would make it a hell of a lot easier. But that's not possible to me. No. Let's see. Hopefully we can find a body. But I don't know. I do not know. Let's go ahead and enter the pilot seat. Alright, I'm gonna look for a body. Hopefully we can find one. I may not be able to find a single one, but let's see. Not seeing any corpses on this side. It's a weird graphical issue going there, huh? Let's see this way. Nobody's there. No cargo as well. No, just cargo lying around in the cargo areas. No corpses. Nope. Yep, there is nothing. Fuck. Oh, there's some cargo just lying around over here, though. Maybe I can use these to do the quest line. Let's find out they're the right materials, though. Too many ways to server hop, change the region or go to a different one, or join off of a friend. But yeah, it could. It's probably borked. Alright. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it, see if it's possible. If not, then we'll fly around and test out the new RSI meter to see how well that flies. Because I did just sacrifice everything I have to prepare for the next Star Citizen ship fundraising thing that they have going on. So we'll see if the meteor's worth it. Disintegrated everything just to see how it plays. Let's see, what is this? What do we got? Tractor beam is not working. Okay, you cannot quest locked, sadly. All right, well that sucks. All right, it's gonna take a while to have the ship respawn back in, but let's try server hopping. Let's see, return to game. Exit a menu, that's what I was trying to do. Proceed. Damn. I hate that. I wish it wasn't locked so that way I can I can complete the quest in other ways. It's a little iffy on Star Citizen side. You think they would do something a little easier. Alright, how do I change region again? I gotta quit the game. Game settings, check for updates, verify, show and explore. How do I change the game region again? I completely forgot how to do that. It's been a while. Settings. Application accessibility, game, storage, download. Nope. Yeah, it definitely is a huge oversight. You'd think they would, you know, adjust it so that way you can get your own resources or hunt other people down for their resources. It's in the PU menu? Okay, so let me just launch it back up. That way, you have another way of completing the mission. You're not forced to just stick with the normal way. And if you do, at least you'll still have those resources at the location to reuse at a later time. But, I'm not a game developer. There's probably a lot of stuff they have to worry about, so... For example, making sure the servers don't break running this thing. Alright. Yes, there it is. We'll go... What's the closest place? We'll go EU. No. I'd say the closest place is Asia. Let's try doing that real quick. See if that helps. When you go in to enter the world, there's an option to select region. Yes, there it is. Authorizing player with shard marvelous black hole. If that isn't a euphemism, I don't know what is. What kind of server name is that? Marvelous black hole. Hopefully this works. I really hope so. If not, we'll just have to switch back to the American one, double test it, see if that one works. And if not, I guess we're stuck just running normal old Star Citizen and just testing out what the Meteor is going to be like. Apparently what I heard, the Meteor is supposed to be like... It's supposed to be a strong fighter, but it's been like a glass cannon so far, according to a lot of people. Like, it gets ripped to shreds pretty easily. I should not be holding this here. This is interesting. Go ahead and put you away. Let's go down and try to respawn the vehicle. Seems like the Asian servers are a little calmer, so hopefully it stays that way. My issue is that I should have used the Crusader, the Hurston, the Misk, and the Arc Station. Oh, the Mik. Oh, okay, those space stations. That way everyone could have their own instance for getting cargo. Yes, no, I agree. To be able to separate it so that way people can get cargo from other places except for primarily the ones that everyone has to go to would have been a little easier on everyone as well as the servers. It would have killed two birds with one stone, really. Let's try it.
The ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
I'm gonna have to wait a second here, but that's fine. We just talk more about the game in the meantime and all of its fuck-ups. If this actually goes through. There we go. Let's pay the $7,000 fine because the game won't work properly. What to do? I can't wait for them to just start putting stuff in. I know CIG's promised that they're going to try to focus on playability, but it's not working yet. It's not. If we give them time, sure. Maybe if we give them 5 years of practice to work on making sure everything's running properly. But if they do that, then the game's going to be way behind on features like they were planning. And I really want all the base building and stuff to start working so I could, you know, go to make my own settlement and hopefully not get raided by other people and just, you know, build my own little farm and stuff. I really want them to get that shit going. I love these events, but some things need to be set up first so that way the servers can be a little more calmer. I swear if they just added like player-owned buildings, people would stay at their own stuff, and it would just make the servers a lot more tangible so they don't have to constantly put out updates to make sure things don't break. I just really want them to get that in. And it will probably help them in the long run if they put that in. I'm just sad because I was excited for the event that was cargo focused. Yeah, I had a feeling you're going to be a little upset at this one because this one's reminding me of the Blockade Runner event because that was primarily cargo based. But this one feels like it's playing worse than that event, surprisingly. And I have a feeling they are doing this event for stress testing freight in general, and I agree, this stuff will be awesome. Yeah, you know, that's good. That's a good idea there. I didn't think of that. They could probably just be using this to be stress testing everything, because when they start rolling out real events, everything will start falling apart a lot faster.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
But if they just had done... I mean, I could see this being worked on for stress testing. That would make sense, and it would make things helpful for CIG to gather data. Especially since not a lot of people... I'm not sure how many people hop onto the PTU to help with the stress testing, but this in a live environment makes it a lot easier to do stress testing, so I could see that being the case. But yeah, not. It just sucks when it happens during an event because everyone's excited for it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the rewards. I want to get some of this stuff, but I can't even start. We'll see. We'll see what CIG's plans are for the end of the year. They said their focus is on playability, but maybe they'll change their tune in a bit. Got 20 seconds here. Get the mission started then. Contracts, Wicklow, Microtech. So much money for these two. How much money do you get for running after the base mission? Is it larger than 102,000? I'm a little curious. It would help me a lot to get my Crusader Star Runner again. Let's see. Just wait for you to come up. See, I mean, even if it was not intended, look how much better the FPS stuff has gone since the last couple of patches. It should make things better. Yeah, it should. It really should. Luckily, the FPS things are better. When it comes to everything else, it just feels like it's falling apart, sadly. Let's see. Nothing looks broken so far. The ship's not falling apart, which is a good sign. Hopefully this time it'll work. I'm not 100% sure if it will, but we will find out. Are you excited for the upcoming, what was it, it's not is it IAE? The IAE, the International Aerospace Expo. That should be coming up in a couple of months. I think they usually have it during November time. Are you going to be excited to see what they'll have available there? There are 3 amounts: small freight for 52,000, medium freight for 58, and large for 100,000. Oh, okay. I think for time efficiency, it sounds like medium freight would be the best. Medium freight's not going to be good for when it comes to money, but when it comes to completing the mission to get through the stages or phases of it, I think the medium sounds like the best way to go to get the most accomplished in a short amount of time. Fortunately, I have no vehicle that is capable of doing that kind of size of freight, so hopefully things get fixed and then I could just rent it out real quick. Rent out a Hercules to try to do that. Go. Landing gear is going up right. No, it is not. I pressed the N button and yet it still didn't. Why is the landing gear not coming up? That's not good. Power is on. Or was it? Apparently I was able to fly without power. Interesting. Didn't know that was possible. Oh boy. Let's see. Gotta go to Microtech. Let's like this. There we go. That should work. See, of course, I'm always excited for the new stuff regardless of my griping. Yeah, it's always fun to have the new stuff. Also, if you're looking to do all the corpse and starring area works here, I would recommend doing all the starters ASAP. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to do every single one at least before the end of the night, so that way I can get started at the bare minimum before everything falls apart. You can do mid-freights. It's only like 60 SU cargo. Okay. This ship should have enough space for a 60 SU. I might be able to handle that. If not, I will just have to rent out a raft. That is where I'm supposed to be going, apparently. Definitely went the wrong way. Turn you around. Oh no, it's just a little glitchy. Okay, okay. Hopefully it's not very glitchy once I get onto the surface. I'm really excited for IAE because I think that's not right. I think they are currently working on the Ironclad and the Kraken. So it'll be exciting to see if I can actually get myself one of those ships. But I would love to have the Kraken if possible. Okay, let's try setting a course through the map settings here. Is this where it is? Collect shipment. Okay, so There is a shipment over there. We'll try going here first before collecting it over there. Let's see, you are that way. Oh, okay, so it's beyond the planet. It's just not working because I'm trying to merge through the planet. Okay. Let's try to line this properly then. It's just, that's user error. That was my fault. That was my fault. Let's go to this next one. And there we go. Okay, now we can collect shipment. Yeah, I heard they're working on the Drake Kraken. I don't know if it'll be ready for IA, but it'd be nice to see it in person, like what they did with the Polaris, where I could take a look on the outside and like get a good view of everything. Oh no, I don't want to spend that much money on the ship, but I do love the Kraken so much. Yeah, I like the design of it. Reminds me of those old, what was it called again? God, I keep forgetting words. It's like an aircraft carrier. That's the word I was thinking of. It's like an old-fashioned aircraft carrier, but for space, which is like such a nice design. Not a nice design for anyone who lands on the outside of the ship and gets blown to pieces by a sized 9 torpedo from an Idris in the future, but it's still a very nice design nonetheless. I really want it. Since I can't get an Idris, I'm hoping I can get a Kraken. I don't know. The sales is probably going to turn terribly like it was last time. I'll have to wait and see, but it would be really cool to have just a giant floating space station. Oh boy, here we go. Starting with some issues right now. We got one Argo raft just lying about. It's okay. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, $1,500 to $2,000 for a ship. In just a digital ship for a game that's probably not going to release within our lifetime is a little too much to spend. But I already spent that much, so I can't really say shit about that. Oh dear God, that is a lot of ships. This is probably not going to go well. Exactly, it carries so much SU as well as 3.5k, I think. I think they did that. So I can't remember which one. I think the privateer one. That's the non-militarized one. Whichever one's the non-militarized one. I think they buffed up the cargo size, so it should be able to carry more than it was previously listed at before, which is pretty fucking nice. I just hope that I can actually fly it within my lifetime. And hopefully, it's from the concept art, it looks like it should be able to land on planet surfaces just fine. But who knows? They said that they're going to make some changes to capital ships, so that way it's harder to land on planets. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that Argo mech suit here. I'm not going to leave that behind. Whoever did that was foolish. But yeah, I would love to just pilot that thing. I won't be able to do much with it. It's gonna really suck that I won't be able to do shit with that giant thing. But it'd be really cool to have. I really wish we can customize our own little custom interiors for vehicles of ship, not just stick with the current layout. Like, I don't know, we could buy custom interiors of different company styles for Star Citizen ships, like. We'll say the TAC has an Aegis interior look or like a RSI interior look. I don't think they're going to do that anytime soon. Or at all even. That would have been really cool to have like just a large Kraken in the style of the Origin series. That'd be so nice. Alright, let's see if this works. There's a lot of ships here, so I'm a little concerned. Your current selection exceeds the elevator's capacity. Please discard. What am I supposed to discard here? There's literally nothing. Okay. That one's broke. Let's try this other one over there. That's extremely far away. I'm not going to move my vehicle because it just might be broken still. Oh boy. Yeah, to not even be able to start is a real screw up on CIG's side. They said they're supposed to be putting out patches to fix this. I really hope. Ooh, an Intrepid. It's been a while since I've seen that ship flying around. I really love the Intrepid. Such a nice design. Minus the very shitty small gun, but still a very nice design. Let's go ahead, try moving all these ones around. Nope, mass has exceeded. I'm just gonna open your cargo bay here, see if I can... Nope, alright, just a little curious. I want to see if I could steal... Oh, yeah, there's the issue. There's the issue right there. Someone's busy just stacking all the cargo boxes for themselves. Bastard. Oh. I see that they changed the raft's cargo bay layout. That's new. Huh. They had an entire cargo grid on the bottom. I like that. I hated the old design. It was so hard to put shit inside of the old raft design. He's not even using... What are you? You're not even using the, the cargo tractor beam that's attached to your ship. That would make this so much easier for you. I know that thing is faster than just switching it off and on using that. The little microtech tool. You fool! Use the cargo elevator beam that you have there. You could just do that real quick. I think he just fused one of those in the floor. Okay. So he's probably the cause. That's why the elevators aren't working here right now. Or even better, unlock those through repetition missions. Yeah, that would be nice too. Really does look great. Yeah, since 4.2, I can hold 192 SCUs instead of 8 by 96 or 8 through 96, 896. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. They're going to have to do some major network configurations, major network changes, or something different just to allow you to do all the crazy cargo hauling that people would want to use. Especially when they're coming out with this new Gattac Chillin, or not Chillin, I think it's the new Gattac ship for cargo hauling that's coming out. They need to do a lot of work to get that to work properly. In my opinion, I do not like the cargo beam on the ship. They feel off. Oh, do they? This probably has like a little bit of a laggier input, I'm guessing. Press these buttons here. I'm a little curious to see what happens if I try logging out while wearing the mech suit. I wonder if it attaches like armor according to the network, or if it's just there as its own separate ship entity. I'm a little curious. I can understand it a little bit since I did have the Polaris at one point, and the cargo beam did not... The cargo beam is placed terribly on that ship, but also it just did not feel responsive enough compared to having the mini tools. So I can understand that a little bit. But I don't know, would it make it faster if you just use the tool? I feel like it should be faster, but maybe I'm wrong. As you can see, God, I was hoping I could carry that. There we go. I really want that ship as well. The alien cargo ship. Yeah, it looks really nice. I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna have to... let me see. Let me look it up real quick. Oh, shit. Gattac cargo ship. They're supposedly working on it right now, so it should be coming out soon. Maybe within the current IAE that's lined up for this year. Not G-Stack, Gattac. There we go. Oh, here we go. The Raylin, that's what it's called. The Gattac Raylin. Let's see if I can try hijacking that ship real quick out of curiosity. Yeah, that ship looks so fucking nice. I'm a little curious though for the Raylin, right? Because when you look at the concept ship, when you look at the concept of it, I don't know if those are cargo pods on the side or if those are just the, what's it called, the anti-gravity plates. They look like the cargo pods, but I'm a little confused on which one it's going to be. So maybe it would work or not work. Let's try switching servers again. Proceed to menu. It's the same as the raft, but the max lift is usually the best go for me. Yeah. Looks like it'd be the best. God, that ship design is so cool. It looks like a goddamn beetle. Alright, let's try switching it back. Let's go with the USA. Probably connect me to Texas, Austin server, hopefully. Let's try. See if this works. If it doesn't work, then I guess we'll have to hold off on doing this again. Until I probably, you know what's gonna happen? I'm sure it's gonna be like last time when they had the Polaris event. I'm gonna have to wait to do everything last minute because everything's just so broken. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see here. You know, I'm really curious to see what this Raylan's interior is gonna be like, because they had the Sulian, which was a very interesting interior. But I don't know if it'll be the same for the Raylan or not. I'm really curious. I just might make it into an exploration ship if I could. Those are for sure supposed to be the cargo pods. Yeah, they look like cargo pods, but at the same time, I feel like they could be like interconnected plates that could separate and trail from behind. But that's just my brain. Let's try this. So I think that they're probably going to rework the triangle cargo. Alright. I wonder how that would work. Because I'm sure they would need to... They would have to create a whole separate line of cargo depending on your ship. But I wonder how they'll get that implemented. I wonder how the stacking would work specifically. Like, would you be able to put it, like, stack it on top of other ships as well, or will it only be for alien ships? Let's try... Ugh. Got to pay another $7,000 in expedition fees, but that's okay. It's my fault for not getting the game to work properly.
Thank you.
Let's just drop by to the large hangar real quick then. That is someone else's hangar. I do not want to do that. Just gonna have to wait. Great. I'm really curious to see how they get that to work, because one, it should be able to just place it down on cargo grids on normal ships, right? Because it looks like it would be stackable. You'd have to do it opposite of each end, where you stack them like bricks. You know, like those old wood log house toys. I remember I used to have one of those as a kid, but you would have to stack them the opposite way, so that way they would actually set properly. They might have to do something like that, but if they're able to do it that way, would you be able to store normal cargo containers onto just alien ships? I don't know. I'm curious to see what their plans are for that. I'm curious to see if it actually changes gameplay in any way, like if alien cargo containers have better abilities than regular ones. If I were COG, I would make it so where the triangle SU was 2 SU, and when putting two of them together, it would be the same size as a 4 SU container. That would be nice. That would make things a little more different for alien ship gameplay. God, I really want that fucking armor. I hate it so much. It would make things a little easier for cargo gameplay, but I don't know, if it limits the ability to do missions, they would have to at least make missions. I would say they would have to make missions to be at the bare minimum a size 2 SU container mission. I wonder how they'll get it without screwing up everything for just the normal cargo ship, because they have to make it merge very well with just regular cargo gameplay or regular cargo container gameplay if they're doing special events like this. I don't know. I'm not CIG though. I'm not CIG, but being able to do it like that would make things a lot easier. But when you also look at the Raylan, it doesn't look like it has a lot of cargo space. Well, actually, no. It does look like it does. It's so confusing to look at every time I look at it. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see when we get it to determine anything about the ship,
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval
which
System.
should be coming up hopefully at the end of the year,
Please visit us again.
maybe, possibly. Let's hope that this actually works this time. If not, we're just gonna unfortunately be stuck doing bounty missions and them new meteor. I really didn't want to come to that. I do want to progress through through these missions here, but it's started to become such an uphill battle just to even get started.
Vehicle selected.
All right, let's see this one work this time. Don't fail me now. Please don't fail me now. I really need this to work. I want to get started. I want to experience the cargo gameplay of just transporting things back and forth. I want to actually be able to do something. Not going to landing pad 4. They really should get rid of these pad drops here. They are now useless considering we have these cargo hangars, so we could actually land inside and store away our ships. I remember those pads were very useful back in the day, back when they had Port Olisar, because you actually needed the little pad to land and do stuff. But now that we have our hangar base, I think it's just taking up too much resources just having those landing pads. Maybe they should get rid of those. Currently have no use. Well, the only time they have use really is when they do events like this. But then they create their own little separate landing pads, so maybe not. I love the pads for quick refueling and repairing. Yeah, that is nice. That is very nice. Thank you. Hey, wait a minute. Okay. My fiance just ended up stealing my drink. BRB, alright, see you when you get back. Hopefully, when you get back, this thing is working properly. Join the channel. Nope, do not care. Thank you. Alright, let's try it again. Round 2 of hopefully getting this thing to work properly. Right. Contract first. Let's try it. Engines on, landing gear up. Don't slam into the floor. Hopefully this goes well. And if not, shit, I don't know. Alright, back to Microtech I go. I might just have to try accepting other missions to see if I can at least get them working. So I might try that after this. There we go. Oh, excuse me, got the hiccups. Here we go, round 3 of actually trying to get this mission to work. God, I wasted so much money already. I had 5 million and now it's down to 4.7. Just trying to get this thing to work is making me bankrupt. Luckily the moon that I'm supposed to be going to is on the opposite side of where I'm landing here, so I should be able to just get myself... Nope, I have to fly to the other side. Alright. Let's see, where is... There you are. Hello, OM5, my old reliable friend. Basically the North Star of Microtech. Let's see if this works. Ooh, someone left some hydrogen fuel up there. Interesting. Not gonna take it though. I like how people are just abandoning all their materials behind. Be easy money if I just went and collect it. I should honestly do that for the free money, but I really want to get these events started. Okay, let's see. Collect shipment from here. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? It's Halo. That's who's back. Welcome back, Halo. I'm about to see if this works this time. If not, I'm going to... If this doesn't work, I'm going to try attempting the other missions just to see if they are able to work in any capacity. So I could get one started. And if not, then we're just gonna have to go with the unfortunate plan of just playing normal Star Citizen and not the event. How many options? So there's like four main companies, so hopefully one of them can work so we can get started on at least getting something done today. If not, then, well, shit, I'm out of luck. There's a lot of drag going on here. I wonder what kind of wind is happening. There's a lot of vehicles too, so I may be shit out of luck yet again. Fingers crossed, bud. Yeah, fingers crossed indeed. You know what they really should have done? I remember I was watching Board Gamer earlier talking about the whole event. Oh, fuck. I almost rammed into the guy. Watch where you're flying, man. Watch where you're flying. But, oh dear God, this is such a mess. You see, what they really should do is... oh, someone even brought their whole... Oh, they're actually able to place things on there. Okay, so their ship's working. It looks like this pad may be working. I'm just gonna scoot my ass right in between you here. I apologize if this launches you. But they should... Oh, sorry. I don't mean to be a dick, man. I just want to get started on this event too. But they really should have, just to make a separate profession. They should have added a separate profession, like not cargo hauling, but vehicle hauling. So that way, these spaces can be cleared out once people have logged off the game. He was talking about like, oh, they could have added separate missions so people can make money and earn towards the mission goal by, oh dear God, what is happening? By just being able to use, what was it called? I think it was the raft. I think it was the raft, where you're able to just haul the vehicles of the players who have logged off of the game off of the centers, so that way they can make progress toward it. That would be nice. It would have made clearing this area out a lot easier, and probably would have helped with a lot of the lag issues, a lot of the cargo elevator issues. I'm sure that would have been very helpful. Oh shit, we have it working. It's just, well, let me not speak too quickly now. I may actually take a longer. But if they had done that, maybe there'd be a little less issues. They should have at least a minimum of 2 major gameplay loops when it comes to events. So that way, there could be things that separate, or at least reduce the constant condensation of players to certain areas. Ooh, fuck. Okay. Don't break on me, please. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Please don't fly away. The wind's too strong today. Shit. Come on. Come on. Alright, that's one tungsten. I am basically renting this thing from whoever decided to place this here, but I'm gonna kidnap it so that way I can use this to the landing zones. Alright, there we go. Once you get the first mission done, you can start mining. Thank fucking goodness. Damn it, alright. If only this was a geo, I could take this thing up so much easier, but there's not enough room. Actually, hold on. I could do this here. Let's just kidnap you. You're coming with me. I don't care whose this is, you're mine now. You're my friend now. We're gonna have soft tacos later. And by soft tacos, I mean enchiladas. Let's go here. Once you get the first mission done, you can start mining. But I agree for sure. Yeah, at the very least, 2 minimum gameplay loops to keep the consolidation of players a little bit away. Not too much, but just enough to not have to worry about players just constantly causing havoc. I even heard that in this event, people are just ramming each other off of landing pads just to even try to get started, which is also causing problems with players against other players. But people are gonna do what people want to do. That's just how the human psyche works. Oh boy. Let's back up away from the light pole. Luckily, this one seems to be working. Just hope nothing breaks before I deposit it. While I do love Mexican food, I'm more of a tamale person myself. My fiance loves tamales. I'm okay with tamales. I don't hate them. They're just not my favorite. You know what? If anything, my favorite Mexican food would just be a normal burrito with meat, cheese, rice, beans. I mean, I like that. Just a simple meat, cheese, a bean burrito kind of person. Maybe a little bit of salsa if my stomach is feeling okay for the day. Where's the delivery? Okay, we have to find ourselves another transport site off of here. Set that. Should make it a little easier. Here's the one ring. Let's get you aligned. It's more like griefers that are doing that stuff. To be honest, most people have been working together. Okay, well that's a good sign. I've helped load multiple people's ships and helped me get loaded. That's good. That's nice. I like to see cooperation with players. I don't think I'll be able to do this, even though it's telling me I have to do it this way. Yeah, that's not right. Shit. Just gotta find myself a way around this. Just go here. Should be able to slingshot myself doing this. I just love both the taste and the mess of texture and flavor. Mexican food is the shit. Like, you can never go wrong with getting Mexican food. Even if you get food poison from it, the food still tastes so damn good. For all these deliveries, it will always be a planet orbit station or the planet city itself. Okay, so that's good. It's good to know it's at least you're guaranteed the locations you need to drop them off at. That makes things a little bit easier. I wonder why it's saying 2. Port Tressler. Oh, okay, so I can either... Alright, let's set it to the port. It's probably going to be a lot easier not having to worry about people ramming into each other at the port. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Where is the map? I'll set it to the port to make this a little bit easier. Hopefully the ports aren't too full right now. They shouldn't be. But I remember doing the previous cargo missions. It does tend to get a little backed up sometimes. Go to this one. There you are. Alright, let's see if I can land this thing here. Looks like I'm coming in from underneath. Hopefully I don't crash into the thing. So Hale, what are your predictions for ships coming to IE this year? Is there anything that you're really hoping for? Anything that you're really rooting for? I'm really hoping that the Crusader, or not the Crusader, the Kruger line of ships comes out. Like at least one or two. I know they're just mostly focusing on the fighter ship, but I really hope that we're able to see that in IE. It'd be really, really cool. I might give up the Meteor just to get it itself, but I would like to see that ship. Let's see. Landing, please. I'm gonna guess that. I'm gonna guess not the Galaxy. They're not gonna work on the Galaxy anytime soon. I don't think they're gonna put out 2 capital ships out in a year. I think if anything, they're gonna be able to put out the Kraken next year. I'm guessing that they are gonna be able to bring the Galaxy out during the IE Expo, as well as, since they're working on it, I think the Anvil, what was that one Anvil ship called? The one that they're, the current gunboat. Forgot the name of it. I think those are at least the 3 ships for my predictions that are going to be coming out this year. I'm hoping for another surprise ship as well. Something that has not been talked about. There goes a massive cargo hauler. Hello. Something does not seem right. Why are there floating bodies all over the place? Oh, never mind. They are gone now. I was just hallucinating. Let's make this a little bit better. We'll just land this sideways. Oh boy. Come on. There we go. Ooh. I need to get better at doing this. Oh, right. There's an elevator right there. I'm stupid. Ironclad would make me pretty happy. Oh, right. I forgot about the Ironclad. I think that will come out too. But to be honest, it doesn't mean much for me because I really do not plan on spending any more money on this game. Yeah, definitely don't, unless there's something that really piques your interest and is within your price range. Don't put any more money. A lot of the focus now is to have new players in, and not just until they start giving stuff to longtime players for continuing to support the game. And yeah, definitely avoid putting more into it. Okay, so the cargo elevator is not broken, but my elevator has now become broken. That is nice. And it doesn't matter anyways, because once they start having crafting come into the game, you should be able to make your own ships. So you don't have to worry about spending. It's just going to take a while before you can actually get the cool ships that you want. Yeah, don't put any more money than you have to, or any more than you want to. I would have just stuck with the $45 that I spent on the game originally, but I had a major problem with stopping myself from control. You're fucking with me. No. 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 What the fuck? What is happening? No. No. No, CIG. No. What is happening? Is this what I saw earlier? Is this what's happening now? Is that why I saw a bunch of bodies floating in the station like that? Oh no. Oh dear God, no. This is probably what I saw. That's probably why those things were just floating. Okay, so you can't... It has been now confirmed you cannot use the Argo mech suits just to do anything in the stations because it's just it's buggy. All right, cool. I was afraid something like this was gonna happen. I had a bad feeling that I was gonna glitch something out, and lo and behold, here it is. Yeah, I had a feeling something was gonna break before I can actually complete anything. God fucking damn it! Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Oh, let me see if I could just, I don't know, finagle my way out of here. They really need to have 2 big ships announced with every update. One that comes out for the in-game money and one that comes out with real money. Yeah, no, that'd be nice. Be nice to at least let us know. I'm glad they did that with the Argo suits, like the ICT, the combat one. You're not actually allowed to buy that. I also hated it myself because I want to buy it, but I'm glad they're doing that so that way players aren't just forced to buy things all the time. You actually have to work for it. I just hope that they do it in a way to where you're not stuck doing only Wicklow, where you have to get his favors just to get all of this cool stuff, because god damn it, it is hard to even get started with the favors. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to commit suicide here. Fuck! Holy cow, yeah, holy cow indeed. I did not think that would happen. I didn't think that would happen. Time to go to Aporia. Just gonna have to spawn in a separate ship, land in. Hopefully the TAC is still registered at Tesla. And I could just bring it back up with all the cargo inside of it still. Fingers crossed that it's still there. What the contract accepted? Okay, it's still there. It's just acting weird. All right. All right. So I am on Microtech, luckily. All I need to do really is just fly up to Port Tressler and hope that my ship is still there with all the cargo intact. But there's a quick warning for you, Halo, if you're gonna try to run the other places stuff. Do not use the Argo mech suit. It is not gonna help you, and will in fact hinder you completely and ruin your entire starting run. God, that sucked. No longer gonna use that anymore. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. The whole point of that suit is to do cargo shit. And the one cargo event that you can use it on is, oh, I don't know, you just get launched into space. You phase through every piece of sheet of metal as if you're going through quantum mechanics. Yeah, that's about right. That's how that works. Yeah, that really sucks. Now I understand why those things are floating. I feel bad for the people that were trying to do this shit, and they just tried to get in their suit and they get launched into space too. I feel bad for them. That was a warning sign. I should have realized that. That was a warning sign trying to tell me, hey, don't get in the mech suit. It's currently broken. Fuck. Alright, well now I know. Now I won't do it. It's been an hour of me just trying to complete this beginning mission. This game is truly a major test of patience. And I'm not for that too much, but I'm also for it because it creates memories like that where, oh shit, yeah, no, you get stuck in the middle of space for no reason. Yeah, the Atlas suits are odd. Yeah, no, that was weird. That was very weird. Hopefully that didn't screw it up completely and the ship's still there. I would have to restart this all over again. Just to do that. Oh, dear God. Please don't force me to start this all over again. I really don't want to. I really, really don't want to. It's already been an hour of me just trying to complete one mission. Please don't make it two. Oh boy. See, the Geo is cool, but maybe I'm just odd, but the way the Atlas cargo does is annoying to me because when you place them on the ship, you cannot pick them up with the ATLS. Place them on the ship, you cannot pick them up. Really interesting. So you can place them, but you can't actually carry them afterwards. That's weird. That's got to be some kind of bug. Yeah, that would be annoying. That would make shit, this guy killed 2 people. All right, I'll leave you alone. But that'd be very annoying because that thing is supposed to help a lot with cargo. It helps a lot because you can like fling stuff around. You don't have to wait for. The only reason why I like the ATLS is because you can fling the cargo into place or in the general direction where you want things to go. It makes cargo a little bit faster. But if it causes an issue like that, then yeah, I don't know. That seems a little off. That would make me not want to use it. But the Geo is definitely cool, being able to jetpack around, and you don't even have to use it for You don't have to just use the Geo for mining. It's literally just a jetpack suit, so you can use it for all kinds of things. Like you'd use it for exploration to go through certain areas. You can use it for jumping into drop zones without having to worry about landing. You can use it for all kinds of things that involve traversing, which is literally everything. Excuse me? Hello, Pisces. What are you doing here? Huh. That's odd. Very interesting showpiece. Don't know if I would leave that there, but hey, that's up to whoever is piloting the thing. That's not my worry. Very odd placement though. I wonder how that happened. Looks like the cargo box is all over again. This was CIG's plan all along. Now the event would be completed way... They knew the event would be completed way too quick, so the event is broken. They'll make it take much longer to beat it. Insert Eddie Murphy tap at me. Yeah, no, they did it all on purpose. It was all coordinated just to force us to have more playtime so they can gloat about saying, oh, we have players constantly playing the game 24/7, when we're just literally struggling to fight the game itself. But they wouldn't do that. That's just them. That's just them having time crunch. That's what they're really dealing with. God, the ship looks so goddamn nice. Really glad I was able to at least pick this up for the meantime. Pull you up. Alright, let's get move on. Hopefully it's still there. But yeah, this was their entire plan. Every single event, this is their plan, so that way they could say they have a lot of players playing it once. Alright, everything's good. Feels like it flies fast. Ooh, someone's components are just lying there. What is that? What is that? Oh, fuck, shit. Okay. Oh, dear God, this thing's almost gone. I can see why people call this a glass cannon. Jesus Christ, just one small bump, everything's falling up. The main gun is already missing. The main gun's broken, not missing. It's broken according to the ship's systems. God damn it. I like it a lot too. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool, but I guess the rumors are true. This thing is literally a glass cannon. I just barely bumped that. I barely bumped it into the side of the hangar bay door, and then lo and behold, one of my engines is already ready to explode. One of my front fins are ready to explode. The right side main gun's already broken. This is not good. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but Wicklow missions are now not random and sorted bear. Yeah, I heard about that. I'm glad they did that. They listened to the community and said, oh, yeah, we could change things up so that way it's a little more better for the players. You guys can decide on what you want to work towards. I like that. I like being able to choose my rewards. I like not being forced to be stuck with only certain rewards. That's one good sign of an MMO is, oh, hey, yeah, no, we'll adjust things to the community's likes as long as it's not anything too crazy. And that's good. That's really good. This thing flies pretty fast. Not gonna lie. This thing lands at small hangars too. Okay. Let's go. Land you nice and easy. I said nice and easy. Please. Oh boy. Let's make sure this thing's repaired in the meantime. Just in case this fails and we have to do just regular missions just to test this thing out. Also BRB again? Okay, see you when you get back. Alright, that's fully repaired. Let's go downstairs. Please. Oh, please. Have the ship still available in the bay. And just let me spot it in. Please, for the love of God. I really don't want to start all over. Shit. This is not looking too good. Oh, boy. Alright, please? Okay, it says it's here. Just hope the cargo is still there. Let's go to a large hangar, find out, and hopefully not shit myself because it's not working properly. Please tell me you're working properly. I would highly appreciate you working properly. Alright, let's see. Final result of the piece de resistance. Let's see if this thing is still filled with the cargo that I need to start the missions. Alright, there we go. Oh, thank fucking goodness. 1, 2, 3. Alright, how... God damn it. I'm so close. I'm so fucking close. Come on. No. No. Why? You gotta be fucking shitting me. Alright. New attempt. New plan. Let's blow this fucker up to try to disconnect the cargo. God damn it. Okay, alright. It's okay. We're just a new strategy. Just a new strategy that hopefully works.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Let's just bring out the meteor, land it out, shoot the shit out of the tech, and hope I can gather the cargo remains to turn in the mission. Oh dear God. This is really trying to fuck with me today, isn't it? It's trying to say, fuck you, you're not allowed to have fun today. You're not allowed to start anything today. You thought you were going to have fun today? No, 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 no. This is a game to test patience. This is a game for Buddha. Not for a casual player like yourself. No, 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 no. You gotta be Buddha level patience to be able to play this game. Oh boy. Hopefully I can park this thing in a way that allows me to still keep it out here in the open. This is gonna be a hell of a time. try it again. Luckily this thing is pretty small, so I should be able to fit it in without having to get it removed. Here's to hoping this plan goes as smoothly as I'm predicting it goes. Or at least that I'm praying it goes, because this is not feeling like it's gonna go smoothly at all. Close. There we go. Alright. Attempt number 2. Let's make sure we find a good spot for you. Alright, this is awkward. Can I fit you in the cargo elevator? Try. Nope. What? Ah. Probably just lost the turret again. Is there no easy way to fit this thing down? Let's try landing you like that. I don't think I'll be able to come back up if I do this. Hold on. Let's see. It is sliding down slowly. Just going to open you up. Hope that I can still get back up here. No, I will not be able to get back. Okay. Oh boy. What is the plan for this? What can I do to actually get this done properly? So you turn the engines off, let's turn it back on. I could try to self-destruct the ship and hope that fixes this situation, but I'm not guaranteed that fact. Let's put the landing gear down. Drop you off for now then. Oh boy, okay. Come on. What did I miss here? Alright, so new issue. I forgot, right? So the TAC is having welcome back, by the way. The TAC is having issues with its cargo bay. I remember I did this earlier when I randomly kidnapped some cargo. But even, you know how like you said earlier that the Atlas suit causes cargo to be stuck onto vehicles' cargo grids? I forgot that the TAC is also having that issue even if you didn't use an ATLS suit to drop it off onto the cargo grid. So right now all my cargo is stuck on the TAC and I cannot pull it out. So I have all the stuff in there, it just does not want to cooperate with me. So I try to bring out the Mantis to, you know, maybe coerce the ship into breaking and dropping everything apart. So that way the cargo is forcibly detached. But the Mantis cannot fit outside here without being despawned. Oh, that was a cool little flip. What the hell was that all about? So I am now having to resort to self-destructing my ship to try to get the cargo bay out. Or get the cargo out of the bay. And hopefully be able to complete the mission. It is a rough day for, for a Cargo Star citizen. It is an extremely, extremely rough day. Oh boy. So yeah, that's currently the situation where currently have the... Oh, okay, never mind that. It actually worked. All right, never mind. So that's new. I didn't know that you can pull out 2 vehicles at the same time. I like that. That's interesting. I didn't know that was a function. Let's try to get in here before everything falls apart. But yeah, cargo currently stuck in the ship. Maybe it's unstuck after being respawned. Yeah, I'm gonna try that real quick. I'm not gonna blow it up just yet. Just gotta move this out of the way so nothing explodes too early. Come on. There we go. Here's the hoping this fixes the issue. I really hope so. I'm really glad to see that you could spawn multiple vehicles on the cargo, or not the cargo, the landing gear bay, or landing bay. That makes things a whole lot easier for people with multiple ships. Let's try it again. Here you are. Multi-tool. Attempt number 2. Yeah, no, it's doing that thing again. Alright, let's try customizing, unattach, and reattach the cargo attachment. Let's cover all of our bases here before we could say, oh, it's broken. Oops, wrong button. Let's go here, customize. I have a feeling that's not intended. Yeah, no, I have a good feeling that's not intended either. Hey, Unknown, hey, welcome to the stream, man. How are you doing? How's your day going so far? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. We're currently testing the resource drive and having an absolute terrible time with it. This event has become such a major mess. Yeah, it's not working. All right, Plan B it is, and by Plan B I mean Plan D, aka destroy the thing. Let's see if this works. But yeah, good evening, Unknown. How are you doing? How's your day going? Hopefully all is well. Alright, here's the hopeful fix. Let's increase our weapons to max here. And let's just fire everything away. Let's see how quickly this destroys the ship. I'm a little curious. The repeaters are slow, so that needs to get replaced. The firing rate for the cannons is okay. Could probably get 2 or 4 shots off on with it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, wow, 10 and this thing's already red? That's actually pretty fast. 11, 12, 13. 13 shots with just the main cannons itself. That's actually not bad. Not bad for the meteor. I like that. Alright, let's pray that this thing's working. Please work. Oh, it's giving worthwhile content for sure. Yeah, no, it definitely is. This is quite the day I'm having. I swear, I should really just go back to all my streams, download them, and make videos off of this, because all of the struggles that I've been having have been creating some interesting situations for the game. I'm sure people would enjoy watching that. Oh dear God, it looks like it's still attached. Please, for the love of God, tell me it's not attached anymore. You gotta be fucking shitting me. You motherfucker. No. No. Okay, so maybe it's just soft death. Maybe the soft death. Let's go for hard death. Let's just completely annihilate the ship. Maybe, hopefully, potentially that will fix the issue. Oh yeah, it's definitely going great. Definitely going great in one way or another. I'm good just on space engineers rebuilding replicas of World War II vehicles. Ooh, nice. Very nice. That sounds pretty cool. Let's hopefully the blowing up of the ship doesn't cause me to blow up completely. Alright. Shit's fucking blown. Hopefully this works. Ships while listening to a vid about feminist groups that I got Steam Banalog games while I was listening to you. Yeah, I heard recently about the whole... I was listening more about the whole Steam Ban situation, and that there was a group that... I didn't know it was a feminist group. A little disappointed in that. I'm all for feminism and all, but if it's becoming like extreme feminism to where it's just taking down people's stuff because they don't like it, then that gets so annoying. But interesting to see that they were the main source of causing that thing to go down. Wonder if Master... Oh, you're fucking kidding me. No. No, this should not be allowed. No. I should be able to take this stuff out. You're kidding me. No. What the fuck? I got so far. I was right there. And you just don't want to work. Can I shoot you at a place? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's max this thing out. Alright, you fully charged? Yes, you are. Oh, whoops, shit. Almost failed that. Come on. No, I can't shoot it out of place. You're fuck. God. Fucking. Damn this game. Oh. Oh dear God, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. I can't do the fucking beginning mission. Oh dear God. This is awful. This is really awful. This is not how things were supposed to go. Things were starting to look up, and lo and behold, things are starting to fall apart. I'm starting to look down off the edge of a cliff and say, maybe I should just jump. Maybe things will work then. No, it's not. Fuck. All right. Let's just fuck. You know, let's just do a mercenary mission or two. Let's do a quick mercenary mission or two before we attempt a second try. I want to keep my sanity here while I can. I want to try at least doing a mercenary mission or two on this ship, see how well that goes, and if I die, then we'll restart all over again. But fuck, you gotta be fucking... I was right there. I was right fucking there. I just need to store it away over there in the cargo grid. And then, nope, you're not allowed to do that. Ha 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 ha. Fuck off, CIG. Right, one high-risk mission. Just to feel something that isn't pain. Just do one real quick. So it was a feminist Christian group. Funny enough, they defunded actual PDFs in the past. Also, they were good people, and then they just want to start setting more limits on people. That's a little concerning. The fact that they were able to do such a thing is pretty crazy. Let's see. Let's do a bounty mission. I want to keep my sanity. Fucking Christ. Pro temp, suspect. Let's just transport ourselves to one of the moons. Maybe then it will give me some more bounty missions. Let's go there. Fucking Christ, I hate this game so much. I love this game, but I hate it at the same time. Let's see, the games that were getting removed off of Steam were not safe for work, great family love games. While I'm someone who's for free speech, these don't need to be on Steam. I'm okay with removing the grape and family love stuff. I don't know, people can have whatever weird interest they want. But when it comes to the not safe for work stuff and the family love, I think those should have been left alone. But the grape stuff, yeah, maybe keep that off. But my issue is that it creates a precedent, right? It was sure to happen eventually, but it creates a precedent saying that they can choose whether or not you're allowed to play certain games or not. And at some point it gives me the fear that once people start realizing, oh, you could just remove people wanting to play these games just because. Let's... God, where are the bounty missions? Are there just none? Maybe I should try going back to Microtech. But it creates a set of concern when it comes to being able to buy video games, because now there is a precedent saying there are certain games you are not allowed to play. And when it comes to that, it will start to restrict creative freedom with video games. For example, like what's happening with Ready or Not. they start removing a lot of gore and a lot of a lot of real life situations when it comes to being a SWAT agent, and it's being limited because they want to be able to put it on certain console stores, but because they don't want certain things, you're limited to what your creative freedom can be and what people are allowed to play. And eventually, it might end up scope creeping to where they'll start limiting video games with FPS combat at some point, because I'm sure, like, if there's potentially going to be another mass shooting, which always happens, they might just start going after video games again, like they did way back then when people were going crazy with their religious beliefs and saying video games are the devil. So that is my major concern about that. It's going to cause potential ripples when it comes to playing video games or even having video games in the future. That's my biggest worry about that whole situation. Oh, they defended the pedophiles? Okay, now that's concerning. That's I thought it was the other way around. Never mind. That is very concerning. Okay. Huh. Collective Shout was the group? Oh boy. Okay, so no bounty missions. Let's just do a mercenary one. Ship needs assistance. Reduce overpopulation. Let's do this. Let's just see how this goes. Get a little money out of it. Reach the distress beacon. Track you for now. You are... Oh, I thought that was at the port. That would have been very weird. Let's see how the ship does in combat. See, they want to ban all the games and enemy, but keep in mind the fictional characters are women and bikinis and violence against women. There are some groups that are like that, unfortunately. To me, it's not about kids singing. It's about, yeah, it's definitely not about the kids singing. It's just about the non-consensual stuff. Oh dear God! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ships. Okay, let's see how well this does. Let's get close. I remember people saying you have to get close in with this ship. Oh boy. Let's get right onto you. Oh, so server's a little jittery. I'm not doing as much damage as I like for such a glass cannon. No, it's not showing where my HUD is. Weird. It's not showing the HUD for the main cannons. That's a glitch that needs to get fixed. What else is going on here? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, look at their page. It's crazy. Some people really hate 18 plus stuff and want it all gone. That's weird. I don't understand people's desire for that. Oh, shit. My ship is almost destroyed. I'm getting too distracted reading what you guys are saying. Oh, boy. Let's go ahead and readjust. Come on. I don't know why the HUD's not showing up for the cannon, which sucks. Make it a lot easier for me to actually navigate the cannon on this thing. Let's just try to overshoot it a little bit. Okay, random person. Well, it's not my fault. There's a lot of people in this. Oh my god, my ship's. Oh dear god, this ship sucks. This ship needs some work. Okay. All right, fuck the bounty mission. Let's start all over again. The ship is cool, but it sucks in combat. What it's supposed to do. So you can have that opinion, but keep in mind censorship is a very slippery slope. Once it starts, it's not going to stop. See, that's the thing. I can understand where Halo's coming from. I agree that that at least the grape stuff should be like, okay, MasterCard should have the right to say, oh, we don't want to sell any kind of grape stuff. But when it comes to like, oh, that family thing or the other not safe for work stuff, I mean, that's I could see that being fine. It's not like anything extremely weird or stuff like that. It's just people have their kinks and all, but that should not be like banned from people wanting to have those kind of kinks. I mean, not when it comes to incest stuff, but like playing games or just watching stuff that's obviously not real. That's just like a play on things. But yeah, I think MasterCard would have the right to say the grape stuff should be gone, but like all the other stuff, I think that should have been left alone. Like that should have not been removed in any way, shape, or form. Let's go back to the lobby. The slippery slope argument is paranoid when it comes to things like this. At the very least, it shouldn't be just a click away to find that type of media. It's so when it comes to both arguments, it is very difficult. Stuff shouldn't be banned for just because a certain set of people don't want it. But it also, it shouldn't be. Here's a major issue, right? A lot of parents don't like that kind of stuff because kids can easily, I'm putting air quotes, kids can easily access that stuff. But at the same time, it's not my responsibility for someone else's kid to not do stuff. The parents should be parenting and keeping an eye on their kid to not be able to go onto that stuff or find it. But parents just want to be lazy about doing their job as raising kids. And so it causes a lot more stress for everyone else. So it should, that stuff should still be available. I mean, it shouldn't be easy to just be able to find. It's not easy to find. You have the controls behind it, but the parents just want to be lazy and put the issue onto others, or just outright remove the stuff because the parents don't want to parent. That's what I'm seeing the issue is so far. They just don't want to do their job as a parent. Because that's the main argument a lot of times, is people are always thinking about, oh, think about the children. Oh, I don't want my kids seeing this shit. Then keep an eye on your kids and make sure they're not seeing that shit, because you're supposed to keep an eye on your kids when it comes to the internet, because the internet is not a safe place. There's so many hackers, there's so many dangerous websites that your kids can gain access to because you're not watching over them, and cause a lot of troubles. So I think the main issue is that it's fine for the grape stuff to be removed from Steam, but all the other stuff should have been left alone. There's parental controls, so that way you're not able to immediately find that kind of stuff. But the parents should not be lazy and do their job as a parent to make sure their kids aren't accessing that stuff. Don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes with them. You think they think, you think they're as the craziest. Let me reread that. Rabbit hole goes with them. You think that they're crazy. That's the biggest understatement that you've ever said. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that really want to enforce things on the people that aren't asking or that don't need to be enforced. I mean, all that grape stuff, yeah, I'm okay with that not being allowed, but playing a little bit of devil's advocate on Unknown's side, it's really, when it comes to censorship, it does become a slippery slope. Because once you start, I'm saying this because I saw it's what happened with guns, right? That, oh, you start adding laws against certain things so that way it could try to protect people, but 9 times out of 10 it's just going to have the opposite effect. Because what happened with guns, oh, they got rid of a lot of the automatic weapons and all of that for people to legally purchase. With good understanding, good reason. There's a lot of people getting murdered back then because of the mafia just going out and killing people just because they could do that. Oh, right, we got to restart. Forgot. Proceed to menu. But they were going out killing people, committing crimes and all that. They had automatic weapons. But then they got rid of all that stuff. But people are still able to gain access. Or people can't legally buy that stuff anymore, but people who are committing crimes and illegally gathering all that kind of stuff are still doing it. Just like the whole Epstein situation where people are still going out there and taking or just kidnapping children and fucking taking them to their little Diddy Island on the quote-unquote Lolita Express. If anything, it helps the criminals more to have limitations on certain things. Let's go here. Well, that's thinking of it the gun side. When it comes to the other side, I don't know, it's just creating on certain games, it's just creating limitations that aren't needed. For the grape stuff, I'm okay with, but when it comes to the not safe for work stuff, just let people have their little thing there, so that way, hey, they can just fuck off, do their own business, not harm anyone. But it's an interesting little topic for sure. Someone dug up some info about the collective shout. They think a man or a boy getting sexually abused and raped they think that men and boys can't be sexually abused. Oh, interesting. Was that like a tweet that they left behind or something? So I'm starting to understand Unknown saying more, that extreme groups like so extreme groups should not be able to have control over what people do, is what I'm seeing on Unknown's side saying, because there are extreme groups that want to force policies onto other people. Don't live in a fantasy world where you can ban one thing and reality never stops with just one thing. That is true. It doesn't stop with just one thing. We are cool with pro-trans stories and allegories and Cartoon Network. I'm okay with that shit. Like, it's not hurting anyone, right? As long as you're not hurting anyone. So I'd say that we are cool with the pro-trans stories and allegories on Cartoon Network, cartoons and all that. Sure, that stuff is fine. Like, you can have that kind of stuff. You can have trans characters as long as they're not trying to be like overly sexual. I don't think like sexual things should be in cartoons unless it's like extremely hidden that would just go over a kid's head. But that stuff is fine. Like, that shit should be fine. And Steam does have limitations, like Unknown did say. There are limitations, so kids or accounts that aren't over the age of 18 should not be allowed to access that kind of stuff. Okay, it's not hurting anyone. The grape thing still a little iffy on me. I really don't want to care about the grape stuff, but just the other not safe for work things. I mean, that should have been left alone, in my opinion. See, one of the games that got banned was based on a true story about sexual assault. Survivor of it. It was from the prospect of the victim. Okay, now see, that's where it starts causing issues, is when it starts hurting other people's stories, trying to reach out and talk about that stuff too. Because there are stories. So there are situations where, like, there are movies where people talk about that stuff, where they put it out there so that way they could share their story. It gives them a little monetization to help the people who have suffered through that stuff. But there are also movies that go out there and talk about situations like that happening, so that stuff shouldn't get banned either. Oh boy. Let's see if this works. But there are movies that are out there. There's some old ones. I don't know if there's any new ones being made about people's stories where they've been abused or assaulted like that. But there are movies like that, and they don't get banned from MasterCard. But they're... Long story short, I'm okay with the grape stuff being removed a little bit. But if it was based on a true story, maybe not. I don't know. It's difficult to think about. It's one of those situations where there's good and bad outcomes. And just depending on which one you choose will determine the future of how things are done in the world. Let's go up here. I'm just not a major fan of Steam being forced by another company to determine what I'm not allowed to purchase. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking right there. It's not about the banning of R18 stuff. It's mainly about the payment processing ability to dictate what's not allowed. For they get targeted like dating site for otakus and stuff. Yeah, that's what my biggest concern is. It's just the ability for yeah, I think he's talking about the trans stuff. Okay, I think the trans stuff should be fine. But the biggest issue is that right there is another company being able to have so much power to dictate what the consumer is allowed to not purchase. Let's go here. Let's see, try to respawn the vehicle. Let's try to do this mission all over again. Hope that it works.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
Respawn attack. Pay another $7,000. Oh wait, do I have any other vehicle that could work for this? Because that's definitely not working. Meteor, Prostitute, Gray Cat, none of these would work. I have to try to hope the tech doesn't get stuck again. Oh boy. Okay. Let's hope this works a third time.
has been sent. Thank you.
Alright. Just hope this fucking works. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it doesn't fail me now. Oh boy. But yeah, I could see where Unknown's coming from. The perspective of just another corporation having the power to determine whether people are allowed to have the ability to purchase something that is fine legally, but because of a certain person's opinion, you're not allowed to purchase it, and it just ruins it for everyone. See, I'm fine with trans stuff to a degree, but once being shoved down my throat to where we start having a problem, that's where we start having a problem, no offense. It's okay to have that opinion, as long as it should be okay for trans people to be fine with their own stuff, but if someone's being constantly annoying about a certain topic, for example, just someone just really trying to enforce someone getting really into tennis, then it can get annoying at some point. It just turns you away from something. But yeah, having trans stuff should be fine. And that's my GOs with any ideology. Let's see.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
1 minute, 13 seconds. Alright, one more minute. That's what I don't understand, because we get regular relationship stuff shoved down our throats all the time. But it's only a problem when trans, gay, point of contact, etc. It shouldn't be a problem. People can have... So people can have that stuff. People can have trans, gay, and all of that. I think my fiance... Yeah, my fiance's cousin is gay, and he likes all that kind of stuff. I'm not a particular fan of it. I remember, I remember a situation where we went to what was it? It wasn't a trans thing. It was what was it called again? Where guys dress up as ladies and have all that shit going on. Girl power. What was it? When they would cross dress, I remember going to that stuff. People can enjoy all that kind of things. I'm not into that stuff. I'll go in and just try to have a good time with everyone, but it's just not really my kind of thing. So I would just like not try to go out and look for that stuff. So it's okay to have all that kind of stuff. It's okay to have movies that are specifically for a certain type of people. That's what people usually do. So that way, because you have things that are like, what, you're a target audience. Oh, I want to go see this stuff. Oh, I want certain people to go see this stuff. So it's okay to have that going around so that way people can enjoy their own particular type of fruit that they want to enjoy. People of color probably not point of contact. God damn, my old military bearing is still coming out. Point of contact, people of color. It's okay to have that kind of stuff. It's just people want to have certain things, so people just want to go out and search for that certain stuff, and it's okay to create that kind of things. But people should not be limited. As long as it's legal, right? Like, people should not be forced to be limited due to other people's opinions. Let me rephrase my statement. I have a problem with already established characters with years of lore only to be retconned by another thing. Okay, yeah, that's... I can see that. I don't remember... I think there was like one character I really enjoyed. I can't remember what it was. But they completely retconned their whole backstory and stuff. So that... If they create like... So... When it comes to Unknown's issue, I think they should create like their own separate thing like Marvel does, where they create their own separate parallel universes so that way people can have everything that they want. Like how they did with Barbie, right? They had the whole Barbie verse that went on, and there's all different types of Barbies and all that. Let's go up here. So it's really just the way that companies are changing years of lore without thinking of what it would cause to the current fan base. That is your opinion, but that is never going to stop people from changing things to be different. That is true. People will make changes. Things will change. I think what they should do, right, is that they should create a whole separate universe so that way everyone can be happy. Like, people can have their own... People can have a donut with sprinkles and chocolate while other people can have a bagel, right? Everyone can have their own kind of deal. Create little separate universes. They shouldn't retcon, like, years of built-up fandom. And at least create a separate side of the fandom. Keep things separated so people can enjoy their own little flavors of tea. Like, I would really hate if they retconned Star Citizen's, like, main feature of vehicle gameplay just to go for a cooking mama simulation with Star Citizen. I mean, I would like to have little cooking stuff here and there, but if the game just removed, like, the identity of being a ship and exploration simulation kind of game, I would be really annoyed after spending all my time really into all the vehicle and exploration stuff that's going on here, just to trade it off for a cooking simulator. So I can somewhat see Unknown's side to the situation, but I also see your side, Halo, where people will change things. Things will change over time. For better or for worse, things will change. Just like how you, Halo, you're not a whole fan of the current administration right now, and how a lot of people are not a fan of it. It's really hard to cater to everyone's whim without upsetting someone else. Let's see. Is my landing gear up? No, it is not. I'm an idiot. What companies should really do is create separate universes so that way everyone can enjoy their own little cup of tea. That way everyone can be happy and not have to fight each other all the time, not have to retcon the previous fan base for certain things or certain shows that people are already enjoying. And that way people could just be like, oh, it's not something I'm into, so I'll just avoid watching it for now. Or I'll just wait till they create something that I really do enjoy for my own kind of style. But when it comes to Unknown's concept, when it comes to for the whole Steam situation, I do agree where a company has the power to decide what is right and what is wrong. I think that's the main issue that Unknown's trying to portray, is that a certain group of just either like a base of people with a different set of views can't force another set of people to agree with their ideals. And that's what MasterCard basically did with when it comes to the whole Steam situation. They completely removed your ability to decide whether or not you should be allowed to play this certain type of game, and it creates a precedent for the future to where they can decide, oh, we don't like games with guns, we don't like games with aliens. Hell, I bet you that at one point, if like the Ku Klux Klan just ended up taking over MasterCard somehow in some strange universal situation, that they would just say, oh, we're not allowed to have minorities because we're the Ku Klux Klan and we own the largest money holding thing in the whole world. I could see where Unknown's concern is. And I can also see where your concern is, Halo.
I'll support you collecting these resources as efficiently as possible.
Oh, shut the fuck up, random goddamn NPC. This mission has been a shit show from the fucking beginning. You can't tell me you're gonna help me when everything's fucking broken. I know we have all of our different political ideologies, so here, let me solidify my position on constitutional absolutists, and to anyone that wants to tear it down is my enemy. And that's fine. That is fine. We have the Constitution for a reason. People should have the freedom to express themselves. The Constitution was the foundation for this country. And if it's just not your cup of tea, then the best option would be to go to a different country that's a lot more to your liking. There is a lot of countries, just not a lot of them with the same freedoms that the U.S. has, unfortunately. I'm a Constitution absolutist, no offense. And that's okay. It's okay to be absolute with the Constitution. The Constitution was supposed to be the groundwork for, like, what the limitations are for setting limitations. But unfortunately, for a lot of things lately, it's I don't know why, but it's just become just a situation where the Constitution has become the groundwork for creating arguments rather than setting limitations on limitations. Let's go ahead and set our landing gear. Please, oh fucking please, just let me set this down here. Just let me get the cargo this time. Please don't be broken. We might have to end the stream early just because this thing is not working properly. I don't know. This is just so frustrating, just getting this to work. But everyone should be allowed to have their own little cup of tea. As long as it's not hurting anyone, everyone should have their own little cup of tea. And then we could choose to just watch or not. Accept it or not. But just not have to harm anyone. That's the biggest key of all. I don't say anything that is free speech. My issue is that when we start stripping rights away from people because of the thing people don't like. Yeah, and that's fine. That is okay. And that's what Unknown's side is too. Unknown's also trying to say, like, all because someone doesn't like something that they're allowed to take it away. I think that's what he was saying with the whole Steam situation. So you're both agreeing on the same terms. It's I think you guys are just arguing or trying to not argue, just trying to discuss and come to agreements with different political ideologies. Let's see. Let's move all of these here. Please work. Okay, luckily this is working. Hopefully I don't break it. Here's to hoping it doesn't break. So, we just don't... I think we all agree we just don't like it when people shove things down each other's throat all because we have different ideals. That is not my... What is that? That is not my shit. Excuse me? What is this? This is not my cargo. What? Oh, there's my cargo. Okay. That was not supposed to happen. Strange. Very strange. Let's go ahead and push you there. Could steal that cargo for free, but at the same time, I don't want to. I don't want to make that money right now. Abortion, for instance, having that as a freedom and a right choice, but because enough people didn't like it, we had it removed or limitations on people. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think abortions should have been fine. Like that, people should have control over their life, and shit does happen. They should not be forced to be stuck with that, with having to deal with a baby, especially because it could cause problems for the child in the future. People are trying to think for the children, but if you're forcing people to have kids when they're not ready to have kids, then that's just going to cause major problems for the child itself. It's going to cause like trauma, because you're going to have the whole situation, right, where, I mean, it's been like put a lot in shows and movies where there's just abusive drunk parents, and that's what will happen to kids who parents are just not ready to have that kind of responsibility yet. Let's put you here. Let's just try to keep these things loose. I do swing right, but there's a lot of people on the right that I don't agree with, like that one of those things that is turning America into a theocracy. I forgot what that word meant. You're gonna have to indulge me on the word of theocracy there. No, my memory on words is not doing too good. Let's make sure all this stuff is loose. That way it doesn't get stuck. So when it comes to abortion, Halo, the only exception I make is with rape or incest or complications to health. Alright, so you're on the side of complications to health and all that. I feel like when it comes to abortions, like I said earlier, I am a little disheartened with the... Not disheartened. I completely disagree with what they had to remove for abortions. I think it should have been a fundamental right, because it's like the situation with guns. Like you shouldn't be able to just take away your right to choose on the situation, especially because there will be people who have kids, like like the whole rape incest. We're going to keep that out of the thought. We're going to put our focus on the thought of, oh, we accidentally create a kid, we are not ready financially for it, right? Eventually that kid... So what I'm seeing for future proofing a situation, I'm trying to think ahead of time of what issues that would cause for someone who's not ready to have a kid. Because when you think of stuff like this, you gotta think you gotta be paranoid about what issues will it cause in the future for the people that are dealing with the situation, and for those who are not going to be dealing with the situation. And for those who have the kid when they're not ready for it, it's going to cause a major financial strain on the family, which could end up causing the family to be abusive towards the child and cause a lot of trauma to the kid. And not only that, it will cause just future issues to where it may be where the situation is that what's the word? Not clinics, orphanages. They start becoming overcrowded, like back long ago when people were just having kids like crazy, and then orphanages would just yeah, that's the word. Orphanages would just start, I say it weird, but orphanages start becoming overcrowded, and it causes more strain on the children. So I was okay for abortions because it could cause extreme major problems for the child that cutting off abortions was supposed to protect. Theocracy is where only one religion exists and ingrained to the gov to think that Vatican but the U.S. Oh, okay, so like extreme religious groups trying to take major control over the people. Yeah, no, that's the whole reason why there's a separation of church and state in the Constitution itself. Let's deliver this again up to here. That's the whole reason why there's literal text in the Constitution stating a separation from church and state, because it would cause major issues. Yet for some reason people think that, oh, let's just have one specific belief system. And it causes problems. Let's go ahead and try to deliver this one shipment before I fall asleep. Just try to deliver this shit. There's a lot of cargo just floating around that people are leaving behind. Let's go here. Shields on. Landing yet? Yeah, there we go. Let's see, defend people's choices, but we are fine with taking away someone else's choices. Like, you can be fine with not wanting. You can be fine with not wanting in your life. But that also creates the situation that you were saying earlier about when it talks about people removing stuff off of Steam too. So both of you are okay with not, or both of you want things not being forced down people's throat, or not being forced upon people, but also you are agreeing with certain things being forced upon people, or certain things being forced. For you, Halo, it was the whole the Steam situation where you were okay with the Steam games being removed, and then when it comes to Halo, certain things for abortions are okay for being removed. I think in reality it should just be, people should be okay to do what they want, but just not as long as it's not hurting anyone directly or cause problems in the future for those involved. Did I set the landing gear down again? No, I did not. God damn it, why do I keep forgetting to do that? There we go. Theocracy is a holy text of the religion is law. Oh dear God. Yeah, like how the Middle East was talking about, or when the Middle East had Sharia law, or still has it, I think. But yeah, just religious Bible details, the problems with that. Yeah, specifically just being stuck on religious law. Yeah, that's a little stupid. Yeah, no theocracy. No theocracy. Do not want to deal with that. It's going to turn into a whole Super Earth situation. A lot of times, so I know I said long ago I hate talking about politics, but here we are just doing nothing but talking about straight up politics. Again, when it comes to this kind of stuff, when it comes to politics or deciding the fate of the country, because that's what politics really is. As long as it's not affecting, as long as it's not hurting anyone, then it should just be left alone. But if it causes problems on the future, then it should be changed. Let's go move this here. It's a lot of this political argumentation is just to make sure that everyone is happy, right? But the best way to do that is to not set limitations on people. And that's something that we can all agree on, is that we don't want limits on people. Especially when it's not hurting anyone. So when it comes to stuff like abortions, yeah, that shit should have never been removed because it could cause problems for the kids in the future. But also when it comes to the Steam games, that can also cause problems in the future, where corporations get to decide on what should and should not exist, and not the powers of government, or the powers of the government and the people deciding on what should be allowed and not be allowed. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay. It's working. It's going down. It is storing away. Please complete the mission. Let me get started. Oh, thank you for letting me do the mission. Oh my God, how long has it been? How long have you streamed? 2 hours. 2 fucking hours, dear God. Oh, my. Oh, 2 fucking hours of just trying to do one mission. Fuck you! Yes, it has been rough, Aster Remington. Fucking asshole. This goddamn mission took 2 hours. Took 4 hours if we're counting what happened 2 days ago of me trying to figure out how to do the mission. Oh. It's fine with people have the choice of abortion, but when the law is being brought to the table, we can at least make exceptions for it. God, this mission. Y'all turn me around on the Steam stuff, by the way. Okay. I'm glad to see that you're able to open your mind on agree to disagree. As long as people can at least see the other side's opinion, that's what politics should be. It shouldn't be an argument. It should not be hostile. It should just be coming to understandings and coming to agreements that people have their own beliefs and desires for how things should be. I think the grape stuff shouldn't be there, but otherwise it's fine. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I'm proud of you two. You guys, this is what I like to see, right? This is the whole reason why I hate politics, is because it starts getting argumentative and people are starting to shout names and shit. But you two are able to come to an understanding. You guys started getting me a little scared there. You guys started to get argumentative and started to be like accusatory of being like, oh, you're okay for this or you're not okay for that. You guys started to sound a little hostile, but you guys actually talked it out and you guys were able to come to an agreement like, yeah, I could see how your side agrees and I can see how my side agrees, and I could see that we were having a little bit of an argument there and you guys decided to talk it out and create a conversation rather than a fight. I'm proud of you two. I'm proud of you two not going into the whole political stereotype of people just arguing over and over again. I'm really glad you guys were able to come to an understanding. I'm not saying you're anything awful, no, I just feel that we should have freedom of choice, and yes, that is what we should be having. We believe that people who do it are monsters, but you do have the right to be a monster on, or I'm not on, or I can't read, but you have a right to be to not be a monster as a society. I'm trying to read that. My brain is fucking dying because this mission took for so long. I'm really proud of you two. Being able to not be... I was really starting to get scared that you guys were just going to end up fighting each other and I'll just be by myself again on the stream. But I'm glad you guys could come to an agreement. Let my emotions get to me, Halo, because when my mother with me and some family members told me she was considering an abortion. Yeah, so... Alright, so that's something that we should all talk about as well when it comes to arguments, is that speaking from personal experiences. You guys can't see it right now since I don't have a face cam, but I am grinning like crazy that you guys are actually talking this stuff out. And my mother was pregnant with me. Oh man. What was her... let's not get too into it. I don't want to incur any harsh memories on you if you don't want to think about it. But yeah, that's... See, so there's a thing. Some people want to live. Some people are happy that they didn't get aborted, and they're concerned for others that are going to get aborted because they could be in this... They will probably end up in the same situation. It's okay to argue about that and to determine certain things. Yeah, you guys really had me going there. I thought it was going to turn into like a whole shitstorm of you guys flinging shit at each other, discussing politics. I'm really glad it did turn out to that. I was getting really scared. I didn't know what to do. My anxiety was flaring up. My skin was burning. I'm literally sweating in my chair like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do about this situation? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's what your mother was thinking. I know. I'm glad that she didn't though. I'm glad that you're still here with us today. It's a good thing she didn't go through with it. What was I doing? I can't remember. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that didn't become an option, or that didn't happen to you. Because if you weren't here, then, look, we wouldn't be able to actually have a civil conversation with all of us around. I'm okay with talking about it because sometimes I wish she went through with it. Oh, why is that? Is it because things are just getting rough out here? Because if so, I wish that I was aborted too, honestly, because if I were a child inside of my parents' womb and I were deciding if I want to be in this timeline of life right now, I would have been like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to deal with COVID. I don't want it to deal with constant wars. I don't want it to deal with the rich getting richer and me getting poorer. I would have honestly wanted to just get rid of my life right here and now. But now that I'm alive, I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to make things work as best as I can. But if I had the option to choose whether I wanted to be here right now, as a child, if I could determine that, I would be like, no, I'm good. Shit's too crazy. Yeah, it's getting rough. Yeah. I think the worst thing about being online is we forget the words on another screen is just a person. Yeah, no, I agree. That's sometimes we forget that there is a face behind the other side of the monitor who's also going through shit as well. How rough is it getting, Unknown? Do let us know. Maybe I can help you out a little bit. I don't know how I can help really, but if I can offer anything in any way to help, even just streaming here, I'm hoping I can help you out and just making your day a little better. But if there's anything that I can do, I would be glad to do whatever I can to help you out. I won't be able to do anything crazy like give thousands of dollars away because I'm also broke, having to be stuck with DoorDash to just be able to make enough money to be able to pay for bills, even with VA disability. But yeah. I remember you said you're also dealing with your teeth issues, so yeah, I can understand things are getting rough. Let's, God, there's so many just people littering ships around here. I think for some reason it's telling me to go here. Oh, right, I have to set a different course. Let's scroll all the way out. Go zoom into you. There we go. Let's go here. There we go. I know, if you all know, I've been pretty bad mental issues, and my mom was very, very abusive to me as a kid and a teenager. Yeah. Life is just not... It's just not good right now. And it only seems to be getting worse. It really does. I'm only able to luckily survive because of my disability payments from the VA from getting fucked up doing all the military shit. But I can't really work a normal job at all. Like yesterday, my sleep insomnia, I just couldn't sleep properly and I was fucking dying. I was barely able to do like a couple of deliveries yesterday to make just a little bit of extra cash. It's just not even enough. People don't tip anymore because no one's making enough money, so I barely make like $2 a delivery sometimes. I think it's just keep getting worse and worse. I just want to grill about with how things have gone and it's become impossible. The just grill I hate or become impossible. The grill, I just hate politics because I had no choice but getting into it. Yeah, I know, I hate politics too because you're forced to be a part of it. It's the one thing that we all hate, that we're forced to be a part of it because it just changes the way, because a lot of times it just sets limitations on how we're supposed to live our lives in just being the person that we want to be. My mom did care for me, but she wasn't the most responsible person. God, it's time to trauma dump, everyone. Let's put out like how shitty things have been for everyone lately. Let's hear how things have been going. I know it's scary, but you have the ability to. Therapy is wonderful. It could take time to find a good fit for therapist-wise, but when you do it, it's worth it. Uh, is there something wrong with your grill unknown? Is there just like an issue with the? Is there an issue with the grill, or is it just not able to? You're not able to use the grill anymore. I get that partly. I've heard the military has messed up so many people in body and mind. Oh, it does. It does. A lot of times though, when it comes to mind, it's definitely dealing with having to come with terms of ending someone's life. Or, for my case, it wasn't me for that. It was the constant dealing of the sleep deprivation leading to constantly being yelled at, just me being in fear of anxiety because, oh, I have something that's out of my control, but I have to deal with it anyways. That's why I got like a little medical taser to try to help calm that shit down. But it helps, but it doesn't help all the time. If I order food, I always tip 20%. Thank you, Halo. Thank you for doing that. I wish I was in your area to get that 20% tip, but I can also understand people's plight of not being able to tip because things are just way too expensive nowadays. Therapy hasn't worked for me, but music, playing games, and watching VTubers has helped. That's good. Therapy isn't for everyone. I tried going to therapy as well a little bit for my anxiety, but they tried to my therapist tried to enforce that it was my girlfriend was the issue, my now fiance was the issue at the time, and she was not the problem. It was literally I did it when I was in the military, right? So it was a military therapist. It basically seemed like they were trying to say anything that wasn't bad for the military, like trying to put the issues that are not from dealing with the shit that you have to do in the military, but rather something else in your personal life is causing the issue. It seems like that was the priority for my therapist. So therapy cannot be for everyone, unfortunately. It does work for some people, gladly. That's why therapists are still around. And if it works for you, that's good. But I guess for me and Halo, it just didn't work too well. But we have stuff like video games to help us preoccupy our night. The term "I just want to grill" means I want to be left alone and not have my hobbies taken away or have an ideology shoved down my throat. And that's fine. That is fine. I thought literally grilling. I'm sorry, unknown. I'm stupid at times. Very stupid. I'm still not used to certain terminologies either. I didn't know what the grill is, but I fully agree with that. I'm a bit of an introvert as well, so sometimes I just want to be left alone. I want to decompress. I want to be in my own little world a little bit. I can fully understand that. I'm sorry that you're not able to just sit back and relax as much as you would like. Sometimes, honestly, like the best thing to do, I do it every now and again. If it helps you, I hope it would. But if you want, you could try just disconnecting from the news cycle for a bit. Maybe like a month of just not seeing what's going on in the news. It's kind of hard to not do that because, you know, it could affect your life and shit. But I think maybe taking, or at least trying to see if just taking a week off of being away from the news, because a lot of the stuff right now is just a lot of the news being put out is always negative and never positive. So I think like taking a week off of the news is just a good little detox from the shittiness of life. I don't know if that would help you out, but maybe giving that a try would help you relax a little bit. It helps me every now and again, but I don't know, give it a try if you want to. You don't have to. I'm just a random dude on the internet after all, but I'm hoping it would be able to help you just grill and relax a bit. Let's try to get this here. Set to Damar. If we are venting tonight, just had to turn down a friend from living with me that is getting evicted most likely. They've been an abusive roommate in the past. Yeah, that is a little socially awkward. And when it comes to someone being a friend too, yeah, no, it's definitely difficult. Especially, you don't want to have to deal with someone who's going to be causing problems in your living space, which sucks, because you want to help them, but you know if you do, it will cause more issues for you in the future. But just know, Halo, just know that you are not their only resource. They may have looked to you for something, but you can help them in certain ways. But if there has to be a line drawn, then there has to be a line drawn. It's okay to set boundaries. They still have their parents after all. If their parents can't at least take care of them with their adult, because a lot of people right now are having to live with their parents because life has just gone so shitty. So if they can't even do that, then their parents are very shitty. And if they can't do that, then they might have to be like me, where they have to join the military. Because my situation, I was having to be torn between being evicted from my family or joining the military. So either be homeless or join the military. And I went with option B. Luckily, it turned out well for me in some ways, not good in others, obviously, but being in the military really helps. So if they have no other option, the military is always an option. Just saying. It's not a fun option, but it is an option. For me, deleting damn near all my social media has helped so much. Yeah, no, removing yourself from social media really helps a lot. That's a thing. Social media likes to curate content for a certain amount of time for when you're looking at stuff, and then you're stuck on a loop of only watching certain kinds of content. I think that also causes a divide when it comes to the political landscape. It just forces, social media just forces you to have specific content that you like, which is, hey, it's stuff that I like, but also when it comes to certain things, it constantly, like certain political beliefs, it just forces you to be in that zone and not let you reach out and try to see other person's perspectives. So getting rid of social media does help a lot as well. The music I listen to is Sabaton, Steel Woods, Miss Hentai, Music, Mystic. Oh, okay, a little bit of funk, a lot of electro music. Okay, all right. I was in that boat a long time ago. I used to listen to Ex Keto. I listen to funk every now and again whenever I'm playing like an FPS, just to get really into the mood. Also, like, right now I'm listening, you guys can't hear it, but I'm listening to like an hour-long lo-fi playlist that helps keep me calm and reduces my anxiety a bit. Oh, wait, why am I trying to summon a landing zone? I don't want to try to land. I really like funk every now and again. See, I'm at the age of 20... or in the 26, the age limit to join the military is 35, and I'm contemplating joining the Navy on the account of how much naval nut I am. All right. If you do that, I will have to say I'll see you after like a couple of months, because once you're in the military, you're certain access to the internet and things. I won't be seeing you for a bit, especially because of the whole time crunch and things. If you want to join the military, by all means, man, don't be afraid to. You'll get to experience all that stuff, right? But you know, before I start talking about it, let me ask you if you would like some advice on the military. I was in the Army, not the Navy, but I can give at least some perspective of what it's like in the military, if you'd be interested in that. So that way, you can get more. Oh God, why is this flipping? More. Oh, that's fucking why. But I can give you advice on what it was like for me in the military, to give you a clearer view on what's like before you make that decision. Let's put the engines back on. There we go. Sadly, their parents are gone. They are 30. They are 38. Their sister is going to take them in, but she really isn't excited about it all. Yeah, so they did have an option, luckily. It's unfortunate that their parents passed away. That's not fun, ever. But when you start hitting 38, that does check out. Your parents have gone pretty old. Mine are starting to get old. I think they're going to get to the point where they pass away in just a couple more years. I don't want to think about that, but it is an inevitability. Luckily, they had someone there. Hopefully, Halo. I'm hoping that it isn't the case. Hopefully, they were responsible and didn't. I'm sure their parents left something for the both of them, right? Like, left some kind of inheritance. Hopefully, they don't have any addiction problems and just used up all their inheritance. And that's why they're having an eviction situation. I hope that's not the case. Let's put this here. But as you said, she cannot rely on me. Yep. Yeah. God damn it, this one's broken. Okay, what about the other one? Oh, God, turn off your flashlight, please. That's blinding my eyes. Oh, hello. Is someone landing here, or is there just someone happy to see me? Is the great spaghetti monster in the sky happy to see me? Is that why there's so much holy light just raining down on my face? Let's close that up. Oh, it's just the fucking Polaris. Maybe that one hopefully will work. See, no offense if I want advice, I'll ask my family members. A lot of them have been in the military. Most of them was in the Navy and Air Force and a few Army and United States Marine Corps. Okay, good, good. Yeah, by all means, especially since you're more interested in joining the Navy, definitely look to them for advice. Since that's specifically the branch you're looking for, so they can tell you more about it. I just know being on the Navy, you're going to be stuck. Depending on where you're based, you might just be stuck on a ship for multiple days on a very tight-knit situation with multiple people. It'd be like playing Star Citizen, but having a full server of people stuck on one Polaris is what I feel like the situation would be in the Navy. Especially if you're on an aircraft carrier. And if you're in a submarine, it's even worse. But yeah, definitely get advice before making that decision. And if you do make that decision, let me know so that way I can have a little send-off for you. I like to say a goodbye before I'm not seeing you for a couple of months or even years, depending on what vehicle you'll be stationed on. They didn't have any of their parents report. Okay, so that's. I don't want to say it's a good thing for someone to have a poor upbringing, but it is good in terms of survival, so that way at least you're money conscious. Because a lot of rich kids don't really understand the value of money. So I'm sure your friend there understands the value of it. I just hope, hopefully they'll be able to get back up on their feet. And hopefully they don't have to be forced to join the military like I was. I'll just say that. Alright, so this one's broken. I can't go do this. Let's try the other ones. Hopefully they'll work. Yeah, I'm rooting for your friend there. Hopefully they can get back on their feet. Hopefully things change. I really don't think a lot of this... I really have a bad feeling that a lot of stuff that Trump is currently doing, since a lot of it favors the big corporations, for us in the lower class at this point are not really going to see any benefits coming out towards us. Not until like things change to where there's higher taxes on the upper class to ease, like just how it was during the Reagan administration, where there was high taxes on those with larger wealth. I don't think things are really going to change for the better. So we're all in a shitty soup pool just trying to survive, and hopefully after this administration, there's an administration that decides like, oh, let's just start taxing the rich more instead of just taxing those who can barely be taxed any further. But that's just me. I'm fine with any music, and it's mostly finding a song that I vibe with. Yeah, no, the biggest thing in music is just finding something that's a good vibe, a good fit for your style. Let's not go to the mining base. Why is it so close? I hate that. Let's go. Collect shipment. Ah, god damn it. Maps. I'm gonna collect shipments, set the calculations to there. Hopefully we can do this one before the night ends. I'm gonna try doing each and every one. If this one fails, we'll try the other one. If the other one fails, then we'll just end the night. we'll see if this works. I want to try to get into Seabees because they're pretty much the infantry of the Navy. Oh boy. So from what I've heard, Seabees is like the second hardest thing. Like the first hardest thing when it comes to being in the Navy is being a Navy SEAL, right? Like that training's the hardest. I think the Seabees would be the second hardest. I mean, it's only because it's been talked about like being a CB a lot, just blowing shit up, going in secretively and doing all that. But I heard that's the second hardest thing. As long as you have the willpower to not give up, like that's the biggest thing in the military, is to just never quit. Then I think you'll be able to make a CB. If you do, you gotta show me some cool shit, and you gotta come hang out with me in person so I could see some of the explosive you guys use, because that'd be pretty cool. Now, obviously, I won't stream or record any of it because stuff has to stay confidential in the military. But I would like to see some of the cool shit that the Navy has. Album that was really powerful for me was an album called Nurture by Porter Robinson. It's an album that deals with a lot of things, but the big theme is personal gratification. I'm gonna look that up so I can listen to it later. I don't like listening to any specific type of music. I just like listening around and see what's around. So I do like hearing what other people's songs are, as long as it's not like sounding of a coat rack grinding against a chalkboard for music. I do like listening to all other people's kinds of music. Let's see. It's Nurture. Porter Robinson. I'm gonna click this and have it in the background. Let's see, which one is it? Yo, what the hell? Yo, Mama Don't Like You. A sponsored song by Taylor and the Sinners. I wonder what that sounds like. Oh, Porter and Robinson. Okay. I remember they collaborated with. I'm seeing a video right here. They collaborate with Madian for Shelter. So this is probably something I'm gonna love listening to. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna click on the live option so that way, it gets them the views. But I'm gonna have to listen to that later. CB's most built for fortification and prepare for breaches, amphibious landings. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff, from what I can, at least from when it came to World War II, my knowledge is based on World War II. It's not off of current events, but I'm sure they still do it regardless. But it comes to, like, more than anything, just tactical reconnaissance to build up fortifications under the enemy's noses or blow shit up under the enemy noses without being noticed until it's too late. But yeah, the CBs do a lot of badass shit and it is fucking cool to hear about their history. But if you do join the CVs, I would love to hear about you. I was only a lame Signal Corps guy, so I didn't do all kinds of crazy shit. I mostly had to carry a bunch of heavy bullshit equipment that we don't use. That's why I'm all fucked up and shit too. But if you do the CVs, you'll be doing a lot of cool shit. I would love to hear about it whenever you do that stuff. If you decide to. Again, it's still up to your decision. You still have to wait to determine if you want to do that. Yeah, definitely talk about your family when it comes to joining the military. You don't want to just jump into it unless you're in a situation like I was. Definitely think it out, see what your options are. There are good benefits in the military, but if unless it's something you're really determined to do, then don't just drop off and do it immediately. Let's see if this one works. Please, for the love of God, let this one work. If not, I'll be forced to try the other way. Yeah, Shelter is great. Yeah, no, I love Shelter. Like, when I first listened to that and watched the animation behind the music video for Shelter, that gave me some major goosebumps. It had such a sad story, too. Fucking... Watching the story unfold with the music in the background, just a literal apocalypse and just being stranded on space and being the last human alive. Oh, that's so terrible. Let's go here. The reason I like CBs is because they get to play with explosives and fire. I really like fire to the point where it's my personal religion. Just don't start burning down my studio if I ever get to that point. But yeah, they do a lot of explosives. It is, I will say that is probably the most fun you'll have as a CB, is being able to explode all kinds of things. I think the most tiresome thing will be the construction aspect. I'm sure you guys will have training to constantly set up fortifications to prepare in case you guys ever need to. I think like the sand fortresses, so you'll probably have some more fortificate, like more forklifts and stuff to help assist with fortification training, but like quick deployment FOBs, forward operating bases. I think that will be like the worst training you'll have to do as a CB if they do that shit. But yeah, getting to work with explosives is the best. Unfortunately, I never had a chance to do it. The closest explosive I had was the bullets inside my guns, but yeah, you'll have a lot of fun with that. Let me see. I do have a song. Oh shit! Did I turn off my engines? No, I just turned off my engines. Fuck! Oh, dear God. Okay. For some reason, I was going straight down into the surface of the moon, and lo and behold, I rammed into the moon after turning off my engines, even though trying to save it. That just, my landing gear was up to, that was a mistake. Fuck. Alright, we're gonna try again. I'm not gonna end the night till I at least try every single beginner mission to somewhat get started on this event. Fuck. I hate myself. God damn it. Why did that happen? God, son of a bitch. But, one song that I recently listened to that, we were on the topic of music. One song I really like listening to was, it's very weeb, but it had such an emotional, guttural scream to it that really made my ears go euphoric when I heard it. Was a song called Propose by Nine Lana. Whenever she drops just that angry, not quite angry, but angry emotional like yell in the middle of the song, that just like, oh, that was so good to my ears. So that's one of my most favorite songs that I've listened to so far. I play in the background whenever I play Mecha Break because I feel like it just feels so emotional, and it feels really good when playing the game, listening to that song in the background. The reason I like fire is because it brings light to the dark and warmth, and it can create or destroy. Without fire, civilization would exist. Yeah, no, fire was the key factor in human evolution. It is basically the starter of progression. So fire is fun. Just make sure not to play with it too much to where it ends up burning people's houses down, just like what happens in California almost too often. As long as you're safe with fire. That's the thing. It's just like a firearm. It's a tool. You gotta be safe with it, or else it's just gonna end up causing chaos. OPE? I don't know. What is OPE? Or maybe that's a mistype. Maybe he's saying OPE because I crash landed into the surface of the moon like an idiot. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he said it. Because, God, that was stupid. It's a Midwest saying for well shit, essentially. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Alright. New vocabulary unlocked. I have now become officially Midwestern, and I will now start doing Midwestern things. I don't know what those things are yet, but now that I know this word, I will start using it more often. So yeah, it was... So you're saying that because I crash landed onto the surface of the moon. Yeah, that was a mistake. That was a major mistake. God damn it. I'm pretty sure someone over there saw me crash land like that, unfortunately, so that was a bit embarrassing. Alright, let's try 2 more times. 2 more... One more attempt to try to do this mission, and then 1 more attempt for the other factions mission. Hopefully we can get it done. The reason why fire happens in Cali so often is because the gum trees spread quickly and they produce oil. Yeah. Are gum trees natural or are they invasive? It really doesn't help that, what's it called? God, I keep forgetting words and I hate that that keeps happening. Climate change, that's what it is. The word climate change. You really need to use a different word because it's hard to define climate change specifically. But because climate change and those gum trees, that mixture is just not good, causing so many droughts, and then the trees can easily catch a fire with them storing oil as well, just making the fire last longer. Yeah, that's not good. It sounds like you're in favor of banning gender reveal parties, Parlay. It should reduce the amount of wildfires that break out. I'm not for banning gender reveals as long as, 1, you do it safely, and 2, you don't hurt someone doing it, and 3, you don't share it on social media. Because, like, I mean, that's okay to share on social media, but I remember there was a recent one, right, where this lady had a mental breakdown because their child was not the gender that they wanted. That's going to cause some major trauma to the kid, because their future friends in school or future classmates are probably going to bully the kid when it comes to seeing that video of their mom literally breaking down and crying about not wanting them. That was a terrible video to see. So yeah, as long as you're doing it safely, as long as you're not gonna hurt anyone, as long as it's not potential to hurt anyone, as long as you don't fucking record it for social media specifically, then yeah, that I'm okay with gender reveals. But other than that, if you're gonna cause problems when it comes to your gender reveal, please don't. There's already enough problems as is. There needs to be no more fires. I remember that recently or not recently, but like a couple of years ago, a gender reveal caused a massive forest fire. That was stupid. Like, Jesus Christ. If Cali didn't import gum trees from the land down under, the wildfires wouldn't be happening. Yeah, importing it's a lesson that we had to learn, but we never did way back then. Don't import animals that are not naturally living in the certain environments without the foresight. Like what happened when it came to wild cats being dumped into Australia, I think. It was either Australia or somewhere else. I can't remember where. New Zealand. One that just decimated like a lot of animal species because it had no natural predators. I don't remember where it was. It probably wasn't Australia or New Zealand. I can't remember where it was exactly, but some continent or country decided to be like, oh, let's just plop a bunch of cats to get rid of all these rats that are becoming a problem, without thinking like, oh, is there a natural predator to cats to make sure the cats don't get overpopulated? Nope, they didn't do that at all. Gun trees are invasive, but even after they burn, there is coal, but 100 times more flammable because they were burned down, and because the oil mixing in with that too, that causes, oh yeah, this is not good. I like to come up with theories a lot, like about shit that happens with the universe. A long time ago, I came up with a theory that, a hypothesis, because I don't have the education to like put the hypothesis into practice to become a theory. But I hypothesized that there was going to be like a situation for the Big Bang, right? Like there is a massive explosion. There has to, like we see stuff happening with suns where a massive sun explodes and there's going to be a black hole, right? And lo and behold, there's recent articles coming about where, we're potentially inside of a black hole for the whole explosion, from the explosion of the universe. So I'm starting to theorize that potentially, because of how global warming is occurring and how climate change is occurring, there might become a second ice age in the future that we will have to be concerned about. It probably won't be within our lifetimes, but maybe in like, let's say, 200 years, there may be another ice age coming about. So that's something that our future generations are going to have to worry about themselves. But
Welcome.
if things keep going on the path that they're going, I think there might be another ice age coming along. Also, another theory, I don't think that we're currently in a black hole. I think a black hole has started, but I think we're still in the process of the explosion of the Big Bang. So I think the black hole has formed at the center of the universe. I'm going to state this now in case an article comes out about it, where they come up with the theory. I'm going to be the first to say it. But I think we are within range of the black hole, but the Big Bang is still currently happening because the universe is expanding because of the explosion. And then eventually it'll all get sucked back into the black hole and cause a whole new cycle of rebirth for the universe. I think it's a constant cycle of massive Big Bang, and then everything spreads out to a point, and the black hole grows to where everything keeps getting absorbed back to one giant big ball of soup again, and then it explodes again and constantly repeats the cycle over and over again. You know, kind of like how Futurama predicted. Damn it, I'm not the first one to predict that. I fucking hate myself. I just realized that. Fuck. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Anyways, enough about me theorizing and being crazy. My father was a firefighter, and he said gum trees are one of the most flammable trees in the world. Ew. It sounds like to me that a certain type of tree needs to go extinct in the United States of America, which is extremely difficult. I don't know how we would able... Actually, no, I don't think it would be extremely difficult. But then again, actually, no. It would be extremely difficult to do that without having repercussions, right? There may be a native disease to the gum tree that would be able to destroy the population of gum trees, so that way we can replace it with more natural trees that are homeborn in the United States to cause less wildfires. But if we do introduce a gum tree's natural disease to the gum trees here in the U.S., it might end up being able to spread and infect other trees that are here in the U.S. and cause even more issues. So maybe that's not the way to go about it. There's gonna be something we could do to get rid of the gum trees and replace them with other trees that are more sustainable for our current environment. That is a take, Parlay. Yeah, it is a take. I like theorizing when it comes to space, universe, and just theorizing or hypothesizing things. That's like things I do on a daily basis when I can actually have any brain power from not being sleep deprived. I really like thinking. Sometimes things just decide to pop up in my brain too, like almost as if it was just beaming into my brain. Not trying to be like, oh, an alien is beaming knowledge into my brain, I should act upon it. But like for some reason something in my synapses just connect and be like, oh, this connects in certain ways and this might actually occur. And sometimes it just later comes out to be true, or someone acts upon it before I do anything about it, which is pretty fun to see, but also very painful to see because, oh shit, I was right, but I could have done something about it. But I couldn't at the same time because my brain sucks. It's always fun to hypothesize outcomes and potentials. At least for me, that's one of my fun things I like to do. I'm not going completely vertical. Let's go ahead and change that. If there was a way to get rid of gum trees, it may have to take a collective effort of not burning down the trees itself, but like we may have to use deforestation tactics along with diseases for large populations of gum trees that are separated from... You know what it could possibly be done is it would be terrible at first, but we would have to potentially tear down surrounding trees that are near a gum tree's population, and then infect the gum trees with a natural disease to it. So, and keep those two separated, burn a ring of fire around it so that way the disease won't spread to other trees. But a constant repetition of that to eliminate the gum trees within the United States. That might work as a way to get rid of gum trees, but I don't know how much repercussions that would cause. I have a few takes about the universe. Ooh, alright. Well, let's see. One, there's a possibility that we are the only civilization left and all the other ones are no longer around. Yeah, that is a major possibility. We could be alone in the universe and we wouldn't know it. Which would be great when it comes to having all the resources at our own hands as a species. But also terrible because then we're the only ones out there and we would literally have an existential crisis of being alone, and we would fight each other a lot over resources. And two, the universe might be a lot older than we thought. Oh yeah, no, that is also definitely a good hypothesis there. There is a good chance. I mean, there is an absolute good chance. Because especially if my hypothesis is true, where the universe is just constantly on a loop of just exploding and imploding and exploding all over again, then the universe is definitely a lot older than what scientists currently agree upon. Because we would not... Because if that one my hypothesis is true, and it's just on a constant cycle of exploding and imploding, then who knows how long the universe has actually existed? Who knows how many cycles our reality has been through without us ever being able to calculate? Because there's no way to be able to calculate something like that. You know what? I just had a thought, another thought just beamed to my head. But if there is a black hole, right? There's the hypothesis of, there's the hypothesis, not theory, because no one can actually throw themselves in a black hole yet. But there is the hypothesis of black holes leading to a separate universe, right? So, and maybe you could survive the spaghettification. You don't actually get torn to pieces. It visually looks like that. You're just being warped into the other side of a black hole. But if that hypothesis is true, then it could be the fact that that our reality constantly warps between two states, like how quantum mechanics works, where something could be two things at once or be in two separate locations, but it be in the same place at the same time. So our universe could just be warping into two separate realities whenever it starts getting absorbed by the black hole and just bursts out to a separate, like, reality in a sense with different laws of physics. I don't know. That could be a possibility. Who knows? We'll never know. We'll die before that, but hey, who knows? 3, there is something so massive in the universe it's pulling us and the other galaxies to it. Yeah, no, that's the thing. That's the thing that scientists are currently agreeing upon right now, is that there's a giant supermassive black hole at the center of the universe that was caused by the Big Bang. That is currently what's going on. So number 3 is no longer a hypothesis. That is something that we are agreeing upon. That there is something massive at the center of the universe. It is most likely a black hole. It could be something different. Maybe something beyond a black hole. But that is currently happening. We are being pulled. Not right now. We're probably still in the safe zone because we're still... the universe is still expanding. But once the expansion stops, that means the universe will be pulled right back into the center of the explosion. 4, humanity might not be the first civilization to exist on Earth, and the first one to exist long before the dinos, and the evidence of their existence has been completely eroded away. Yeah, no, that is also potentially the case. That could also happen, because there could have been another civilization on Earth long ago before dinosaurs and everything. That, who knows, maybe they set the seeds of life. Like another species could have come here a long time ago and set the seeds of life on Earth to be able to have life, not just have water, but like set the seeds of cells to exist on this planet. And that could have happened long ago. And if they did stay in here, the meteor could have destroyed them, or something probably happened to them beforehand. And so things could have, all the evidence of that could have been erased away, because what I see the planet does is that stuff gets piled on and then slowly goes towards the center of the Earth. And once enough stuff keeps compacting over and over and over again, stuff keeps growing on top, but then keeps compact. Everything on top eventually dies, and that starts to get sucked back in towards the center of the Earth and become a part of the magma pool. It would have just been erased because it would have been melted from the high heat point at the center of the planet, and then just spews back out again from volcanoes, because it's just become too compact and it needs to release the inside so the planet doesn't explode. That's why we have volcanoes and shit. The only theory I have left is that there are other life forms besides us. They're just not carbon-based, meaning they would look entirely different from us. Yes, that also could be a theory. That's could also be, even though there could be the dead universe theory, there's also possibly the other theory where life forms are not carbon-based and are completely different from us, so we can't really theorize on how they would be able to live. There's actually scientists that found some planets like ours. There's possibility that there are carbon-based life forms. There is a possibility. There is a possibility. But we could also be wrong, and there is not. Like, we could be the only carbon-based, and who knows, maybe they're like, let's say, not carbon-based. What's the liquid metal I'm thinking of? The one that's in fish, mercury. There could be mercury-based life forms that we just cannot, like, imagine how they would live. But there could be carbon-based life forms. But there could also be non-carbon-based life forms. This is why I like playing Star Citizen, because I will never get to experience seeing the expansion of the human race into the stars in my lifetime. Unless something crazy happens with AI to where we start making crazy spaceships and start exploring just to get more resources. I mean, that's what Earth should do at this point. But with all the political backlash between, oh, who's right, who's wrong, hey, those are my resources, oh, those are our resources and all that, we should literally just expand into space, so that way we don't have to fight over resources and shit. Like, that should happen already. I don't know why we're not there yet. That should be a priority. Let's go here. Watching Star Trek recently, and it is great. Watched the first movie from '79 on Thursday, and it was cool as hell. Ooh, nice. I haven't watched Star Trek before. I was never really into Star Trek because I didn't know it existed. If I can ever find time to watch it, I should give it a shot. At least, if possible, at least some of the new ones, maybe. Not like any of the newest movies, but at least something a little newer that I can digest a little easier. There is another theory that the possibility that there is a sentient black hole out there. If so, that is nightmarish. I would not be surprised, because when you start thinking about like things on a universal level, you have to come to an understanding that literally anything is possible. Like how recently we just discovered quantum mechanics. Oh, Schrodinger's theory is a reality. So the two things could be in one place. So teleportation would be possible, right? Like it is possible, because quantum mechanics shows, oh yeah, it is possible to be two things at once. So you could probably use teleportation from using quantum mechanics. But when it comes to thinking beyond being just a little piece of dust on this planet, you have to come to the understanding that literally anything that you can imagine can be out in the universe, and it is terrifying. Because 9 times out of 10, it is not going to be a good thing. It's going to be a terrible thing. For example, microscopic living sentient bacteria that's able to work like ants to separate your cells on a microscopic level to rebuild their army and to spread themselves throughout the universe. That's a possibility. That's one that I literally just came out with the top of my head, just bullshitting. But that could be out there. There could be a lot worse things out there. A sentient black hole is one of them. Let's go. Hopefully land and not crash, and hopefully this shit's working. Ah, someone. They're blocking up the cargo ramps. Bastards. Alright, let's hopefully not crash here and get a criminal stat. Let's play it nice and easy. Okay, may crashed a little bit, but that's fine. Oh, it's the Carrick's in the way. Landing gear is not... Why do I keep forgetting to put down the landing gear? It's like the most important thing when it comes to landing on any surface. Let's go. There we go. Let's see. Can't... I just got to pull a Faye Valentine and get cryo-frozen to wake up in the future. Yeah, I mean, that does happen. There are companies that are currently doing that. It's just you have to deal with the risk of the company going bankrupt, and then you just become a popsicle corpse because they can't keep up the funding to keep your body alive. I don't think we're quite there yet when it comes to staying alive in cryostasis due to not being able to have efficient enough energy to keep a company running. So that way your body doesn't become a popsicle corpse, but that is a possibility. It's just not within our time yet. Maybe in a couple years, because of AI, we'll discover like more efficient ways. Maybe AI will help in the creation of fusion technology, so that way we can have tiny batteries from Fallout to just power everything. But we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, these guys are currently doing shit. Gonna have to wait for them. I can't wait to get teleported and have it go wrong and become a goo on the other side. Yeah, no, that's definitely going to happen. People will become goo at the beginning of everything when teleportation starts coming about. Oh, I can't wait for the fabrication model of this. I want base building so bad already. God damn it, CIG. Just start going back to the old ways and allow us to start building stuff already. I want to build my own place. I'll help them out a little bit. I'll do what you did, Halo, and just help them out a little. Just move things around here. Speed up their process a little more. I find it funny that there are people that say, oh, that's not possible because it doesn't fit the laws of physics, but people forget physics and is humanity's idea and not how the universe works, and they get proven wrong a lot. Yeah, no, it's when it comes to knowledge, I think humanity has a bit of an ego problem. Oh, I almost just fucking died there. Humanity has a... Oh, what the hell is happening? Oh, dear God. Let me put this away. Humanity has an ego problem when it comes to knowledge. We think we know, like, how everything works, right? When, in reality, that can't be any further from the truth. We only know how physics work and how the progression of things work from our viewpoints. When it comes to how things actually work, a whole other set of life forms, they probably have a better understanding of the universe because they don't have our kind of viewpoint. We're just like a tiny piece of the puzzle of how things actually are. We're not even like 1% of what the universe is, so we're definitely not knowledgeable enough to know how everything works. In fact, everything may be possible. Like anything that could be come up with is possible. We just don't know in what format to be able to put the thing that we're thinking of into motion, because we just have too limited information on how things work. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It makes it a lot less clutter, too. Don't know why this person decided to park their vehicle right there of all places. They can't even get back up to their ship. Let's go here. You know, a lot of times, a lot of things are labeled as science fiction, but I bet you the... Oh, fuck. Ow. Who the fuck did that? Oh, it's the wind. I can see the wind's picking up. A lot of things are labeled right now as science fiction, but more likely than not, they're not fiction at all, and it's actually reality. We just haven't figured out how to do it yet. Oh, it's this bastard. He's the one that caused that to happen. Let's go ahead and move you here. There we go. Let's just hope when teleporting technology comes into existence, we don't summon something like from the movie Event Horizon. Haven't watched that movie before, so I don't know what the thing would be summoned is, but definitely summoning some kind of nightmare fuel creation from teleporting would not be nice. That would definitely not be nice. Shit. Oh, okay, now it's working. Maybe there's a specific range I have to get to. Let's go ahead and move you. Okay, yeah, I have to be within a specific set range to actually move things around. Boy. Let's try to fling things in. Okay, that's fine there. I'm just going to close up the bay. Let's do it again. Alright. I hate that I'm not able to do things a certain way, but this works as well. There we go. That's somewhat inside. This'll work, hopefully, right? Not gonna merge the floor or anything. Okay. Just hope that stays there. Ooh, that's confusing. Put you away. Still saying I was carrying the cargo for some reason. Hopefully that doesn't fly away. So this doesn't fly away. Humanity is a class 0.7 civilization. Yeah, no, it is a very not there yet. Not till at least we start commercially exploring the universe. Halo math is factual. It's factual until it's not. Yeah, no. A lot of things can be proven with math, but then a lot of things can be disproven, or a lot of things can be proven otherwise also because math fails. There's a lot of things still not yet discovered. Get on the ship. Go! Yeah, no, I am so happy I was able to to move that shit at the distance I had and was able to do it accurately enough like a soccer player and not miss it. We just gotta hope that it doesn't start merging on the outside of the ship's hull, because it is there, and it might just do it when I quantum jump here. If it does, I'm gonna end the night out of frustration. I have patience, but not a lot of patience. So here's the hope when that shit doesn't start falling out. Don't see anything flying off so far, so we're good for now. Let's try raising up here. I really hope to see the day that at the very least, right, that AI is... I hate AI a lot for what's doing for humanity right now, but I hope it is able to, at the very least, push our civilization to be able to make fusion batteries that are able to just power literally everything without having the cause or concern for like a nuclear explosion. I hope I can see the day where humanity becomes a civilization to get to that point, because then we would no longer have to fight over resources when it comes to shit like oil and stuff. We wouldn't have to worry about that. We wouldn't have to worry about global warming and too much climate change issues. It would drag out a lot of that stuff and throw it away into the garbage bin, because a lot of our issues right now are based on energy consumption. If we could just find a way to make nuclear fusion work to our everyday needs, we would have a lot less war, a lot less issues with famine, a lot less issues with so much shit and fighting each other over so much shit. If anything, we would just be fighting over each other for like resources and materials, and just hating each other because of beliefs, because people start becoming too extreme, right? But if we could just get that fuel cells going, it will suck for like the Middle East and Dubai and shit when it comes to when fusion energy and shit becomes a reality. But I think for the greater good of humanity, it would do a lot better It would do a lot more good than it would if it doesn't exist. I'm gonna try moving now since you're away from the area. Yeah, let me go ahead and try that. Let's go and set VTOL. I don't think this ship has VTOL. Hopefully it's fine for now. Just go downstairs and see if we can move things around. I swear to God, if it's missing, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't mean to be mean to you guys. I'd like to keep the stream going, but it's been 3 hours now. If I would have fallen out that hole, I would have been. Let me close that real quick. But if it's been 3 hours, and I swear to God, like it took me 2 hours just to complete one beginning mission. It's taken me 3 hours to complete 2, and if one of the things is missing, I'm gonna blow my brains out mentally. I'm just gonna flop myself onto my bed and start reading the beginning after the end, because I just can't keep up. Alright, let's not connect it to the floor because it might get stuck because the tack is broken. I don't know why it's still broken when it comes to the cargo stuff in the tack, but I do want it to be safer than sorry. Let's go over here. God, I wish I could play Forever Winter. What's Forever Winter? I don't think I've heard that game before. If it's a game. I've never heard of Forever Winter. What is that? It sounds apocalyptic. It sounds like just an Ice Age situation, kind of like Frostpunk. I think that was the name of the game recently, or that was made a long time ago. Let's set this to the station because I don't want to go into the planet and just lag to high hell. There's the teleportation ring. See, it does look cool. I just wish it was FPS and not third person mostly. Look it up. Alright, I'm gonna look it up. God. Forever Winter. Oh, yes, I've seen this. I've seen the trailer for this. Yes. I completely forgot this game existed. It does look really cool. I can understand your dislike of a third-person Halo. I do like a lot of third-person games, but first-person does bring a certain experience it's hard to replicate. But sometimes I do enjoy myself with third-person. I am still enjoying playing Helldivers, and I love playing Warframe. So third-person games, they do have their place, but sometimes it would be nice to be able to transition between third and first-person. Like how Helldivers does it, to where you can go into first-person and aim down your reticle. But I do appreciate that it is primarily third-person. This does look like a cool game. If I recall, this is supposed to be somewhat of like an extraction shooter too, which I fucking hate sometimes because, oh, you have one life. And just every time when it comes to a certain situation where like I have to be very careful, there's always just someone in the background who's just being a little rat just waiting for me. Like, remember when I was playing before, trying to do the contested zones and there was just rats everywhere? There's just that situation, and it just drives me insane, and I hate it. I love the game, I love the stuff, but I hate that I have to deal with the rats all the time, even though I have to be a rat myself sometimes. But when you get ratted on, it hurts so much, especially when you got all the cool loot. God, it's always on the opposite side of where I currently am. I hate that. It's like, oh yeah, you want to land? Just go ahead and go on the opposite landing bay of where you currently are. Yep, that's good for me. Let's go push this up. I love third-person games. It's just that game I want a first-person for. Who knows? Maybe they might add a first-person like a. Somewhere down the line in the future. Hopefully they didn't integrate third person too heavily and leave room for the ability to add first person if they wanted to. But yeah, it's hard to beat a first person experience and just being in the world firsthand. God, there's so many atlases just lying around here, just scrap piled around. Not gonna make that mistake. Not twice, at least. Alright, did I make sure to have my landing gear? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Turn off the engines. Wasn't there a game that had a second person point of view? Yes, there was a game like that. I don't remember what it was called, though. I think it was some kind of driving thing. I think it was like a driving game where you had to chase someone down in a second person's point of view. It was very weird. It wasn't a game, it was like a little segment from a game where you could have that point of view, which was interesting, but definitely can't think of a game where it would require to be a second person point of view. It's not Extraction, it's an open world game. Okay, alright, thank fucking goodness. I might have to give it a try. I might have to give it a try when I can afford it from my DoorDash deliveries. But when I saw the trailer, it did look really interesting. It looked really, really cool. Just hopefully the gameplay loop is there, because that's one of the things that open world games struggle with. Like right now, Star Citizen is having a struggle. It has a lot of gameplay loops. It just doesn't have a lot of things to interact with those gameplay loops. So hopefully they're able to do that well with Forever Winter. That's right, it's about a nuclear winter situation. Everything's just like radiated and shit from constant war. And those giant machines are everywhere. It's a cool setting for a game. Hopefully, the setting's cool, just hopefully they're able to make the gameplay just consistently entertaining. They could find a good loop for it. Put these things in. Alright, second mission. Hopefully it turns in properly. Alright, second mission started. Thank fucking goodness. Ugh. I'm gonna have to trade this vehicle in for something else that can carry cargo for this. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised next stream if I'm just carrying a Hercules C2 around. It was a driving game, and yes, it was a bit weird, but a very cool concept. Yeah, no, it's a cool concept, but I don't know how you can translate it into a good game. Other than, actually there was one where you had to play from a second. There's another game, I forgot it was a screen. It was a game where it was a first-person multiplayer where you had to screen sheet off of a person to figure out where you are and to figure out where someone was at and try to shoot them off of that point of view. That is also, and what I would say is a second person. Yeah, that's a word. A second person point of view, which was also cool. Unfortunately, it didn't really catch on, but it was a cool concept. Being able to have to hunt someone down from their own point of view in a first-person combat style is very interesting. I never got to play that game, but it was a cool idea to see. Screen sheet is great. Yes, yes, yes. At least they got the cargo down. Oh, yeah. At least they got the cargo down. Well, sort of. Right now, the cargo is not working properly. Halo. You have to agree with me there. The cargo is still... The cargo elevators are not working properly. And there's not enough locations to deposit and carry cargo yet. Or at least everyone's just gathering them from the same point because they didn't adjust the missions properly. So it's almost there. It's almost there. Once they get crafting, cargo gameplay is going to get really intense. Being able to make your own shit and then fly it everywhere. Sell it to other players to gather more materials and stuff. Let's see. Let's go to... Right, I gotta check the mission first. What's the last one we could try to do? I I'm currently at ArcCorp, aren't I? I just turned this in. Why is that? This is ArcCorp. This is the planet that's just full of shit. Literally just full of nothing but metal. Yeah, I just did. What the you're no. No. That's not right. Zero SCU, excuse me? Hold on a second. Would it be under reputation where I could see where this is going? I remember seeing some YouTubers being able to see their progress on a certain bar here. Where is it? Well, journal? Is it under journal? Microtech, fundamentals, better nutrition, very improved quantum. Where is it? The thing to be able to see your progression on this resource drive event. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, I completed it. It's completed. I don't know. Oh, okay. So it's just another mission. It's just worded terribly. Ah, there we go. Now it's starting to work properly. Okay. All right, cool. We'll try Hurston. Hopefully this one works. If it fails, then we'll just end the night. But if this doesn't fail, then hallelujah. This is the last one. Last one we're going to try to do for the night. Let's go ahead and set our location. There we go. Okay, it's not working. There we go.
Hello. My name's Aldous Carmichael. I'm with Hurston Dynamics.
Games need to implement a feature to where NPCs can hear your voice. That would be cool. My major concern for something like that, right? That would be really cool. It would have to be a short game though, because I don't know how resource intensive that would be to be able to store all the files and then to store the pattern recognition to understanding what you're saying. It'd be really cool to see that. I mean, you kind of do, but you have limited options, so you can't really say exactly what you want to say. The developers give you options to say something similar to what you would want to say by giving you options, but being able to say whatever would be very resource intensive. I mean, if you want to do something like that, you can experience it just by talking with ChatGPT itself. That gives you a little first-hand experience to feel what it would be like to have a game like that. But the resources it would take to be able to do something like that would be, I don't know, you need like a quantum computer to do something like that. That's in your journal for sure. I cannot remember the name of the entry, but it's in there. Okay, let me just, since we're currently heading over there, let's just take a look. For quantum update, contract manager, regeneration, basic first aid, Stanton wildlife, fundamentals on my... Ah, here we go. Second resource drive. This is what I need. Wow, Hurston is winning by a long shot. Holy shit. Alright, everyone loves the black and yellow armor, so I can understand that. I like that Microtech's in second place. I was really hoping Microtech would win. But, I guess, I'm definitely going to have to complete Hurston. I have a feeling, because before the rewards, they gave you, like, there's always a little extra thing to the winning circle, right? You get, like, a little extra rewards every now and again. So I'm believing that whoever wins, and it won't just change the story, but you'll get a little... I'm thinking there might be a little extra rewards at the end, so I'm going to have to focus on doing Hurston first. So during the next stream, we'll focus on Hurston. Oh, hello, third person. How are you doing? How's your day going so far? Pleasure meeting you. My name is Parlay. I hope your day is going well. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, coming around at the end of the stream, but hey, welcome. I hope you enjoy your time here. Be kind and courteous. Try to think of the other's side and enjoy the stream. Hopefully you won't get too bored of me just literally delivering cargo everywhere. Here we go. That is why I'm doing Hurston first, so I could get the armor and for the winning group. Yeah. I would have really liked to have Microtech being the winning group, but when you design the rewards to look pretty cool, people are gonna go for the pretty cool stuff. So, unless there's a good story behind it, like how the fight for Pyro went down. I think Citizens of Prosperity, the Headhunters had some really cool camouflage stuff. I really wish I went with the Headhunters, but we were locked in, so we couldn't really change that. A lot of people went through Citizens of Prosperity to get to at least be on the side of good at that point in time. But now it's all about the rewards. Let me rephrase my statement. I want the game to implement a feature to where NPCs can hear your voice and come to your position and try to end you. Oh, okay, so you want them to have extreme headphone level hearing. Okay. I don't want to deal with that. They do have that. Don't they have that for Alien Isolation? Where the alien can pick up on your microphone, right? So I think that's the only game that I know of that has that built into it. Speaking of which, if you guys would like, I wouldn't mind playing Alien Isolation all over again. I don't remember anything about that game anymore, so if you want me to play that horror game, I wouldn't mind playing it and scaring myself shitless. That's what I used to play on the old channel. I used to play a lot of horror games. So I do have a couple of horror games if you guys would like me to try some of that. Just gotta stay within the space theme though. There are games that do have that. Lethal Company is a great example. Yes, Lethal Company does have that. Well, that's mostly a multiplayer game. Something single player as well. I want more single player games because there's not a lot of single player games, and I can't always play with friends since everyone has their own time schedule, right? So more single player games with some like concepts of that would be pretty cool. And yeah, that has it as well. Yeah, I had a feeling because I remember playing it a long time ago for recordings and stuff and on stream on the old channel, and that thing would just find me wherever the fuck I went. No matter what I would do, I would never be safe. I would just die over and over and over again. There's so many people here as well. Gotta do the whole try to get as close as possible method and hopefully try to soccer goal it inside of the ship. Someone's trying to park their fucking reclaimer here. I don't think a reclaimer would be the best ship to use for this resource drive event, but hey, everyone has their own ship, right? And that thing can't carry a lot of cargo. Alright. Hopefully you can get this to work. I want the feature for a stealth game. Oh, okay. So one where you're not forced into a scare situation. Something that you can avoid entirely, but if you fuck up, then you will get caught and found. Okay. That'd be pretty cool. Don't know why I opened this side door. I'm supposed to keep that closed so I don't jettison myself out into the universe. But that would be cool. That'd be a nice little concept to have. A little stealth game to where you can't speak, you can't make a noise, and to where you're not forced. Something that isn't just horror based. Because a lot of that stuff with that kind of things, it's all just horror games, right? There's plenty of horror games with that stuff attached to it. But something where you can progress through the game without having to deal with jump scares and all that would be nice. I don't think there's any game like that so far. That would be sick. Yeah, that would definitely be awesome. Let's see if this elevator works. Dear God. No, not dear God. I prayed to the Pastafarian spaghetti monster to have me land safely, and that worked out pretty well. So please, great pasta monster in the sky, please let this work, and please guide me safely to deliver this so I could try to relax my throat for the night, because I feel like I've been talking so much that my throat's starting to hurt. I wonder how people do 8-hour streams without losing their voice. Dear God. God, I keep saying it again. It's a habit. But dear pasta monster, please just fucking let me get through this, please. Alright. Definitely need to upgrade to a Hercules. I love the Hercules. I really love this giant ass ship. I wish there was just more living space for the player. Not like more living space, but more separated living spaces for the thing. I wish a lot of the ships a lot of multi-crew ships, right? There's a lot of multi-crew. I like how the Star Lancer Max has separated rooms for each player to have their own little personalized setup. I really wish they would go back and redesign some of the ships so that way everyone can have their own little personal living quarters inside of these ships as well. And not just have a shared community like the Star Runner. I would like to have a little separated rooming lodge. Even if it's small, that way I can at least customize it the way I want if I'm working with other people. I hope CIG would take that into consideration someday. Put you there. Get the last one. Hopefully not kill myself by ramming the package into my skull. There we go. Make sure you're not attached to the cargo grid because the thing is broken a little bit. Push you a little further. There we go. Now just make sure you don't fall out. Cause any issues, okay? You be good boxes. Stay where you are. Markiplier has a tiny box Tim who's a good box, so you guys take after him. Don't jump out, jettison yourself into space and make me lose you. I would appreciate cargo boxes. Though I have a bad feeling it might happen. I don't know. There's been some bad luck so far through the stream where I get jettisoned out in space for entering an ATLS suit in my own cargo bay. The ship just not having enough thrust when I'm landing on a planet. A lot of terrible shit has happened so far. Who knows, maybe I'll just go missing a cargo box or just ends up flying into the center of the cockpit here and slam my face into the dash and just kill me. Got to wait and see though. Let's get that landing gear up. This moon shouldn't have too much gravity, right? So I should be able to leave here a little easier than most places. Pretty quickly. Let's see, what's our speed? Current nav speed 98, 102. Axis should be around 120. So yeah, this is going to be fine. Alright. Final mission, guys. Final mission. For the night, at least. For the night. And then we'll transition to using a bigger ship to make this a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot less complicated where things get stuck in the cargo grid. Use a ship that doesn't have that issue. And just have another chill stream tomorrow. And hopefully I don't lose my voice. I do have a medical appointment coming up for the VA. When is that? Friday the 25th? So I don't know if I'll stream Friday. I'm supposedly supposed to get some blood work drawn because I'm having some liver or... I think it's the liver. I think it's both liver and kidney. I'm having some kind of issues with my body's filtration system. We'll say that. That's a lot easier for me to say. I don't remember specifically what, but one of those two are having issues. I keep drinking water, but I have a bad training habit from the military to avoid drinking as much water as possible so that way I can conserve it. That's a bad habit from basic training that I have. So I'm not drinking as much as I should. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see how I feel after the blood draw. So Friday I may or may not stream. We will see though. Tomorrow is in Tuesday or Monday. Oh shit, it's already Monday. Fuck. Stream would be Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I would so the schedule for now as is Tuesday. See, so Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. Is my schedule just on a rotation? Have I been screwed up my schedule this entire time, or it's just constantly rotating in and out? Fuck. Am I going to have to create a new schedule now? Now I'm getting confused. My brain is breaking. It's been a long 3 hours. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Fuck, okay. I am going to have to create a new schedule. Do you guys remember when I said my schedule was going to be? Because I no longer remember what my schedule was supposed to be. Oh dear God, what was my schedule? Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I think. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday is your usual. Okay, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So we'll stick with that. We'll stick with Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So yeah, we'll say Tuesday. I'm about to watch this anime where the main character gets reincarnated as a goblin. Oh, I've read that one before. That one was pretty interesting. I do like the power creep on that one, the power that the guy slowly builds up over time. I stopped reading it at some point because it started getting boring. Hopefully the anime fixes that. But that was a good read for the first couple of chapters. Again, it has that whole Goblin Slayer vibe where things are just a little bit iffy when it comes to certain situations, but the main character like fights against that, so I do like that. Let's go. Let's set course to not the planet's surface. We want to go to the station so we don't have to worry about landing too much. Fuck, was it really gonna make me... I can't go there. I don't see any other navigation points on the side of my screen. You have to get closer to the surface. Okay, it's broken. Let's do the whole slingshot method of just going to a different point. There we go. Okay, but yeah, we'll stick with this. We'll stick with that schedule. I'm gonna... I'm so terrible of a streamer, I can't even remember my own goddamn schedule. So we'll stick with that schedule. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. So, Tuesday would be the day. Gotta take a picture of that so I can at least try to remind myself. Tuesday would be the next stream. So Tuesday will be the stream where we see ourselves on a new ship and hopefully be able to navigate through things a little bit easier. Let's change our course here to... Let's see, deliver shipment to the harbor. Voice is cracking from speaking so long. Yes, love that. There we go. Luckily, no griefers today. That's at least a bright side. Not having to deal with griefers. I don't like Goblin very much, but it's an interesting concept, so I'll give it a watch. It is a very interesting concept. If anything, if I'm right on the anime that you're watching, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be another I got reincarnated as a slime situation. So it's more of just a power creep anime to watch. So I don't know if it'll be that good. If you want like a substitute for that slime anime, the time I got reincarnated as a slime, I think that it might be a good fit for you to watch. But I'm not sure how much they change, how much it changes in the anime. Like I'm currently reading the beginning after the end. I love reading that story a lot. I keep rereading it over and over again just to keep myself caught up in the chapters. But when they made the anime for that, oh, that was awful. I only saw a clip and I was like, oh, not gonna watch it. Never gonna watch it. I'll keep reading the story, but I won't watch. And once the stream is over, I'm gonna get some chocolate milk and a hamburger helper to watch it. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds like a good time, yeah. I remember I used to eat a shit ton of hamburger helpers to feed myself in the army because fucking they kept closing the DFAC over on Fort Hood. Terrible times. But oh, those hamburger helpers, so cheap but so useful. But yeah, Halo Tuesday. I think Thursday is when I'm having my medical appointment, so we'll see if I'm even streaming on Thursday. If not, I'll leave a little community post on YouTube saying that I'm not going to be streaming Thursday if the shot just wears me down too much, but we'll see. We will see. Let's go ahead and set the landing going. Is the landings. Oh, okay. It is working, thank goodness. Things going well. Just need to not crash and not have to deal with a griefer. Just deal with that. The one enemy I keep begging for another season is Saga of Tanya the Evil. I would like to see another season of that. That is really good. That's a really good series. Just literal World War One and World War Two mixed together, but with magic and stuff. I like any kind of anime with or shows with the concept of magic, not just like just teleportation and stuff like that. I want to visually see the magic, and not like just have an enchanted sword that could cut through anything. I want to be able to see it literally fire blasts and all the kinds of cool shit happening. Let's see, land here. I don't know what I'm going to do after this. This is actually the highlight of my Sunday. I'm glad I could be the highlight of your Sunday, man. That gives me a little bit of a butterfly in my stomach. I'm glad to see I could be the highlight of someone's day. I'm just glad to be able to have anyone that is entertained by me, honestly. But I'm glad I'm really glad that I could actually be the highlight of someone's day. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Even on my old channel, I don't recall being called the highlight of someone's day before. But thank you, I really appreciate that. I'm actually be able to watch this Tuesday if I'm able to get a podcast done early. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll gladly have you over. Hopefully the podcast goes well, and hopefully there aren't any too many hiccups with that. Hopefully your podcast gets very successful. A lot of people have them though, so there's a lot of competition. But hopefully yours could breach through the slop that's out there. Let's go ahead and bring this one out. But yeah, if you're not able to make it, that's fine too. I mean, things have priorities, right? Everyone should prioritize their own goals as long as it's not hurting anyone. So yeah, don't worry about me. Even if you're not gonna be here Tuesday, I'll always still be here Sunday and Thursday. Let's go pull you out there. Come on. There we go. There's not many games or anime that dabble into World War One. Yeah, there is not a lot. There's not a lot, and it's unfortunate because there's a lot of stories to be told. It's starting to become that point of history that just is forgotten. Hopefully that doesn't end up being the situation. Hopefully there's more media that will be created. It's probably because a lot of Hollywood probably thinks like World War war's been beaten to a dead horse, like just done over and over again. But I feel like there's a lot more stories out there that have not been told that can be told. World War One is my favorite war. Oh, I wouldn't say anything like a war would be my favorite war due to how much death and destruction has occurred. But if of all the wars, I'd say World War One's one of the more tamer ones. I don't remember, was World War One the one where they started using gas, or was it World War Two? I think it was World War Two is when they started using gas. Very terrible, but it's fun and cool and that's what matters. Yeah, no, I agree. It's fun and cool. As long as you can make it fun and cool, that's all that matters. And as long as you sprinkle some history in there and not like rewrite it completely. Every year I rewatch my favorite anime. Yeah, that's always a good pastime. Being creative for these last couple of weeks has really helped me mentally. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that's helped you a lot. Especially if it can help you decompress. That's the thing with creativity. You start stressing yourself out, like, oh shit, I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that, and oh, I don't know how I want to do this. If you could just find a way to decompress yourself from creativity, that's always a good thing. It's happy when War Thunder did an event where you could unlock World War One vehicles. Ooh, yeah, that is nice. Bring back some history, some very old history. Maybe they'll even bring back some even older vehicles just for the hell of it. You know, just, you know what they should have, I don't know if they did it yet or not, but like the old-fashioned tanks, like Leonardo da Vinci style tanks, I don't know if they did it yet, but it'd be funny to see that walking around in War Thunder. World War One is where they started using the gas. Yeah. Did they ever start using that in Tanya the Evil yet? Because that would be a good concept for the show if they haven't yet. Starting to using gas technology, using magic gas will be pretty interesting to see how that works. Toy Soldiers is another great World War II game. Oh yeah, that one was fun. I enjoyed playing the shit out of that. Good games, good games. Luckily we were able to complete this mission, so we at least got almost every single one started. Let's see, Hurston, ArcCorp, Microtech. What was the one that we did not get to complete? I think we actually completed all of them. Or no, let's see, I did. Let's go to the journal again, see what the fundamentals of mining. No, where was it? There it is. Resource drive, that's the one I have to look for. Okay, did ArcCorp, did Hurston, did Microtech, did Chris. Okay, I think I did all of them. Microtech. No, there's one that I'm missing. I think I'm missing one. God damn it, I can't remember anymore. Fuck. We'll just see next time we do this. But yeah, luckily we were able to complete all the missions today. Thank fucking goodness we were able to do it. I was about to lose my goddamn mind. It's almost been 4 hours now. But the World War I vehicles in War Thunder, I love them, but they're slow as fuck, and the top speed is like 4 miles an hour. Yeah, no, it's... I mean, if you... War Thunder is realistic, right? So they gotta be slow as shit. Those engines were not good back in the day when carrying all that heavy armor. All right, I think we're gonna end it here for tonight. Yeah, we're gonna end it here. I need a break. My throat is killing me, and I'm starving. But thank you guys for being here. I'm glad you guys could sit here. We can talk around, talk some shit. I'm glad we didn't delve into our own little world war here because politics is stupid. But I'm glad you guys were able to come to an agreement with things and not escalate to just fighting each other outright. I'm really proud of you two. And I'm glad to have you guys here, and I'm glad to see that you guys are doing good, or doing as best as you can. But hopefully things will get good for everyone in the future. I hope to see you guys next time. If not, by all means, stay safe. Stay very safe. Be well, and I hope to see you guys next time. So yeah, see you everyone. Good night.